What's up, y'all? This is Cam from the Make Me Wanna Holler podcast, and you're watching The Raw Report. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get up here. Let me get. Let me get my shit right. Let me get my shit right. My shit zoom out on me. Let me get my shit right. Let me get it right. There we go. I think we up and running, y'all. So what's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Let me turn this shit down a little bit because it is a little loud. Let me turn this. Yo, there we go. There, it's still loud. Hold on. Let me get. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get right because we got some folks up in here, and I think shit gonna get real. I believe shit gonna get real. All right. Let me put the caption up there for y'all. So,
making statements and now you know what's gonna happen. It might not be like that, brother.
I'm making statements and what? I think we got a police officer calling in tonight.
Black Lives Matter.
We got the I don't know if we got any Black Lives people calling.
They protesting.
They protesting.
They protesting. Okay, y'all.
You gotta sit back, buddy.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me try to turn over. Give me a second. So tonight, hold on, y'all. Go on. Give me 1 second.
Oh Lord.
What's wrong? You nervous?
I'm looking at this foolishness on Facebook.
Okay, y'all. What's good, everybody? Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight we're gonna discuss the Breonna Taylor case. We got I'm gonna get the team up on here and show y'all who we got in the building. We got a few good people. How do y'all want to start this? Which way do you want to go with this? We have. Let me say this before we start. We got one guest in here who, due to the nature of what he does, we had to block his his what's the name? Give me 1 second. We had to block him because we don't want him to get in trouble. So we blocked his identity. That's the word I was looking for. But now he's gonna speak, and I don't know where he stands at with this whole Breonna thing, but he's definitely gonna speak. For the record, he's been calling Uncle Tom already. I'm a major. Let me get my shit right because I'm telling that I did it the other way, and that way didn't work. It failed miserably. So let me check let me see. Oh, that's not working still. Okay. Anyway, we got the people up in the house. How do y'all want to start this about Breonna Taylor? Should we start with this guy?
Yeah, I think we
kill
should
the
start
cops
with
who killed Breonna Taylor.
Oh my God, sir, we had to block his identity for security purposes. Can we get you to start it off on what's your take on the whole thing so far?
On the whole Breonna situation?
Yes, sir.
Talking your mic.
Okay. My take. I don't think it was right, but at the end of the day, now they had a warrant to go to the house.
Okay.
The warrant because they said there was drugs being sold out there.
Okay.
So they go to the house. I don't know who answers the door. I think the boyfriend answered the door. So the boyfriend did what he started shooting at the cops.
Nobody answered the door.
Nobody answered the door? Mm-hmm. Well, that's the way it was.
The warrant was not for that apartment.
Well, I'm not going to argue about that, but I mean, it was a warrant for the house.
It wasn't for that apartment.
All right, I'm not going to argue with that.
Her name was on the warrant.
I mean,
her name was on the warrant.
It was?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Oh, that's news to me.
Yeah,
but
it was
still,
on the warrant.
They killed her, and we need to kill the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
So at the end of the day, when you shoot, bullets don't have a direction they go and they go anywhere.
Okay.
When you shoot a gun, the bullet doesn't say, well, I'm going to hit this target. You're not going to do that. So if somebody shoots at me, I'm gonna shoot at you right back, point blank. Not trying to be funny, but I mean, we all have to live here. But killing her, I don't think that was right. I mean, she had nothing to do with that. But if you go into a house, somebody shoots at you, what do you want them to do?
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You have kids?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if whether it was a cop or a regular person comes in your crib unannounced, what are you doing?
Well, actually, it wasn't announced because they actually announced police.
You saw a body cam of that?
We have all the information.
No. Who was the source that said that though? We need credible sources though.
Oh,
because one person said they did say it and 12 others said they didn't.
Okay, well, in the
door, they're not saying who they are, which was illegal at that time because there was a no knock warrant. That was legal in Kentucky at that time. So by law, no, they really wasn't wrong, but they was fucked up. Let's just call it what it is. That's fucked up to go in somebody's crib and not say who you is. So let's say they didn't say who they were. You knocking at the door. Him and Breonna probably saying, "Yo, who is that? Who is it?" Nobody's saying nothing. They bust through the door. He letting off shots. You would do the same thing if you got your family in the house, right or wrong.
If you break in my house, yes. But by law, and if the law is the law, you're supposed to knock. When you actually knock on somebody's door, you're supposed to knock. And there's a threshold that nobody can't go past a threshold into the door to get anyone or do anything unless they force you to do that. So by law, like I said, if you knock, say you're the police, then you have the right to go in there. If you have
what law are you going by? Connecticut's? Or are you going by Kentucky's? Because in Kentucky they didn't need this. They didn't need to do that at that time. Now they have a law passed where they have to say who they are. But at that time they didn't have no law passed. So technically in Kentucky they wasn't wrong. But if we're gonna be humans about it, that's fucked up to go on somebody's shit and not announce who you are if you're the police.
Well, I respect. Listen, I'm not saying no.
No. I want to know because you're in the academy and shit like that. So it's like, you agree with that?
Do I agree with them going to somebody's house without announcing themselves
And killing an unarmed African American woman?
No, you're supposed to announce yourself because you have to. By what we're taught, you have to let people know who you are before you just go in somebody's
In Connecticut.
crib. No, this is the law. Like this is the law.
But listen, and at that time when she was murdered, that law was okay for them to do that as far as going to a person's crib with a no you have to have a warrant, but you don't have there's a no knock or you don't have to really let people know. You know what I'm saying? So you just bust through their shit. 12 people said that they didn't hear nothing. One person said they did.
Well, at the end of the day, do I think what happened to her was sad? Listen, she was an innocent person that got killed. So point blank.
There you go.
At the end of the day, if you're gonna shoot at me, like I said, I'm gonna shoot at you right back. It doesn't matter. I mean,
I don't think they found guns, drugs, nothing in there. Well, his gun, but I don't think they found. They didn't find no money, no drugs, none of that shit.
Well, when you get a warrant, even if you have a warrant, you have to have probable cause to even go.
And that was they seen her ex-boyfriend leaving her house with a package. So now an African American man can't leave someone's house with a package. It could have been Amazon. He could have had an iPhone and that shit with no telling what it was. Why y'all didn't get him then if y'all seen him leaving with a package?
I can't speak for them.
Come on, man. It's fucked up, man. That shit was that was corny the way they did that shit.
You can't speak for them, but it sounds like to me you side with law enforcement often.
Not all the time.
So what do you think should happen to the cops that killed Breonna Taylor?
Well, right now they all got taken off, so they didn't get charged for murder. They 3 of them.
No, I said what do you think should, not what happened.
Well, no, I'm just saying. So I was gonna get into that. So the ones that got off, they didn't get charged. The one that actually shot, he got a lower charge. So do I think he should have got charged?
This is the crazy thing, bro. A wall got more justice than Breonna Taylor did. Let that sit in. The cop got in trouble for shooting and the bullet going into somebody else shit who was a white family, but not killing Breonna Taylor. I like how quiet this room is right now.
Oh, no, that's good. I want
that to sit though. I want that to sit.
Chilling,
I want that to sit.
At the end of the day, like you asked me, what should happen to him? He should get the same thing that happened to any other body. I mean, at the end of the day, you just don't go around killing people. I mean, I don't.
Welcome to the squad.
Wrong is wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the squad.
At the end of the day, I'm still human too.
Welcome to the team. I know one thing: if anybody come into anybody's house and not announce who they are, and even so, you probably still gonna be on your feet. But to not announce who you are, especially when it's 12 at night, 1 in the morning, come on, man. Somebody gonna let them things fly. Whether you're the cops or whoever, Let's be real about it. Let's be humans about it.
Oh yeah, we
Come on.
gotta be human by it.
How you feel about it? You ain't said a word yet. What's up?
Well, I'm allowing everyone to speak, and I'm actually listening, and so I'm a little confused. So I'm hearing 12 individuals was watching, right? So now the time frame just came out like around 1 a.m.
I don't think they said it was watching, but I think they said they didn't hear. All they heard was banging. All they heard was banging, and nobody announced who they were but one person. One person said yes. They announced themselves, and 12 others was like, nah, I ain't hear nothing. Including her. I think her boyfriend is one of those 12, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but I think her boyfriend was one of those 12. I'm rolling with the 12.
I'm definitely rolling with the 12 too.
Come on.
Absolutely. If anybody comes to my door, banging on my door unannounced, they better know what's on the other side of that door.
And no matter what happened, an African American woman is gone, dead, never coming back. Pati done. She'll never be here again.
So can I
That's
ask
crazy.
a
We are the
question?
least protected individuals.
Yep.
Oh, you said African American women are
And
least
black men don't
protected?
do a
We are
good
the
job
least
by our
protected.
black females neither. Well, that's another subject for another day.
We are the least protected. If we even step out of line, we get dragged for filth.
So we all agree that we all agree that they should be locked up for murder.
I do agree.
All right.
I'm not going to disagree about that. I mean, even with the George Floyd situation, that guy's going to jail for murder. I mean, the other 3 guys are.
He is? They did it already?
No, he's getting ready to get charged for murder.
We'll see.
The other guys got off
We'll see.
because they were basically rookies, so they got off. So now
Because they were
And that don't
rookie?
even matter. You're still a fucking human.
yeah, but the other guy that actually did it, he's actually in the process of getting charged with murder.
We'll see.
But I mean, hey,
Because a lot of people that's African American go through this shit. It's every month is somebody and nobody gets charged with anything.
Nobody does. They either
Don't
don't
shoot-
get
don't shoot
charged,
a wall, though.
or if they're charged,
fuck
they're
that.
never convicted of the crimes that they commit.
But who do we blame for that, though?
so let me say this:
The system is not fair for us.
I was watching.
So
This
how do we
clip.
change that?
So
We
listen, I
got to
was
learn how to
watching-
pass laws. I don't know how to pass a law. I know I wasn't taught in school how to pass a law.
But I was watching
We
this
need to learn
video,
how to
and they
pass
were
laws.
showing in all the videos that I was actually
And
watching
we got to go vote.
of black people and white people,
That's it.
and they had this thing, and it was actually a diaphragm to show like who, like they had a white person, had a black person, so they had one guy come push a person. They said, okay, it wasn't hurt, so then they had a black person pushing them. So it came down to statistics where black people, and this is truth. I mean, people not going to agree. I mean, it is what it is. I don't care. But I mean, they're more. How am I going to put it? Like a lot more, just more.
A lot of them,
A lot of black people.
and you are.
I'm black. I'm proud to be black.
But
Okay.
wait,
What?
finish that sentence. A lot of black people, what?
So I'm not going to.
No, a
I'm
lot
not
of
saying
them.
all. I'm
A
saying
lot of them.
a lot of black folks. I mean, they're angry. So you get down to the point where, like, I seen a lot of videos where getting out the car and you just start shooting at people like, "Ooh, that's not. You don't do business like that." I mean,
Well,
You
why don't
also
somebody tell the
seen-
white folks not
no,
to do
listen,
that?
but same thing.
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to forget.
I, same thing.
No, that was the
White
right. That was the right sound effect for that moment.
I've seen white people go through
I'm
the
glad
same
you did
situation like
that.
this,
Yeah.
so it's not.
But how much more of them have you seen than us go through that situation?
And get
I mean,
justice.
this
See, the
is the
whole thing
problem
is-
that I'm having with a lot of, individuals that sits on that side of the fence that you're on, right? It's always trying to find a reason why it is okay to kill us, right? There's always from the news, from the news reporters to the law enforcement to individuals like yourself to say there's some reason, right? But then now, as black people getting tired, right? The same majority that you're saying that is angry, they're tired, right? And at some point, you have to think that this is going to happen. I mean, that's universal law. You cannot keep killing and don't expect to be killed back, especially when you have different individuals that we vote, to be in these positions that are not doing exactly what it is that they said that they were going to do to get our votes. And so now that people are like, okay, you know what? At what point, how many more people are going to be killed before a change has to come?
But how many more people's gonna stand up for, like, how many people's gonna, like, you, in
What
order
are you
for,
gonna do?
in order for things to make moves, in order for things to change, you have to change within yourself and try to make change. You
Nah.
can't-
No,
No,
no.
listen.
I agree
no.
to an
But listen,
extent.
but like
No.
you said,
But we gotta change these laws,
but you
bro.
gotta
That has
change laws.
nothing
But
to
no,
do-
what I'm saying about, just
Okay.
like you saying about changing laws, in order for laws to get changed, people have to stand up and say, listen, how do we figure out to get laws changed? Because there's a way to do everything. There's no way to say, listen, this person can't say A, B, C, and D, and it's not going to go there. You can go somewhere. You can go to the Supreme Court. You can go to, there's so many places like the judicial. There's so many things you can do to say, listen, as I talked to a lawyer, they were in the process of changing the law. So how are they to do it, but nobody else can't do it?
Well,
Because-
the lawyer isn't changing the law. They're going to legislative hearings, staying up
but it's
all
changing
night.
when they actually present it to them. Like
It's-
they'll get
it's
it like
not, it's every time a lawyer presents a law to be changed, that does not happen. It's not as easy as you're making it sound. So I don't want anyone listening to think
Well, I'm not
that
saying it's
it
easy,
is that
but-
easy for a law to be changed.
But the thing is that you just
'cause
don't
the
give up.
difference is my name is in the books and I've lobbied and I've actually had laws here in Connecticut changed. It's not that easy.
It's not, but you still don't
You need
give
to have
up
a
on it.
separate show on how to do that then. Seriously,
And you
because
definitely
we gotta learn how to do that.
But even
know,
with you,
you-
you got
you-
knowledge. Like if I mean,
you're
not
confusing me though,
How am I
because you
confused?
got mad melanin sitting in here, and you refer to us as they and them.
Can I ask a question? So is he entitled to that, to his opinion?
Of course.
Of
yeah,
course
it's
he
entitled
is.
to his
Everyone is
All
entitled.
right,
But
let
I
me
just
ask
want to know
this.
why would he refer to us as they and
Now
them?
he's in law enforcement. Was she involved in any criminal activity
No.
for the police to be at her house?
She wasn't.
They
To serve a
suspected-
warrant.
They
With her
suspected
name-
her ex-boyfriend.
They
But
had a
her
package
name was
in
on the
January.
was on a warrant as well, correct?
Yeah, because that's her house that they go in there.
It's her house. Her name has to be on the warrant.
That's her
Okay.
house they go in there.
Now I'm just going off of what I've read when I researched. A rent a car in her name, where some illegal activity happened.
Says who?
Her talking to him on the phone while he was locked up,
Okay, is that a
discussing.
crime?
It's not a crime, but it kind of doesn't it fit around their investigation.
But what is the source though? Is this what is the
What
source
is-
that you
yeah.
I
got
guess
from?
I read from someone that leaked it on a website, and they leaked all the information. But
So
I
they
also
leaked
have
her
questions
co-
like, why did the police fill out the paperwork wrong? And it's a lot.
That was my thing.
Right.
Like if
There
you
was a
did
lot of
the
things, and then
right,
the package was in like December, January. The warrant didn't come until March. There
it's
was no
all
activity.
bullshit, and we know that,
But
man.
at the
It's
end of
all
listen,
bullshit.
definitely-
Stop.
At the end of the
It's
day,
all
it comes
bullshit.
down to like this: if he's wrong, what he did was wrong. That's point.
What do you
blank.
mean if though?
I didn't mean say if. I mean what I'm saying is what he did was wrong. I mean point blank. I'm not going to say what he did was correct. I'm not sticking up.
What
for
would you
anyone.
have done
police
if you were
report-
an officer at that
Well,
crime scene that
if
day?
that police report, he shouldn't have lied because he should get in trouble. He should get in trouble for that because you just don't lie on that stuff. There's a thing where you can fall into a category. I'm not going to say the website that you go to, but it's a place where you get your name up there when you start lying and stuff like that. So yes, he should be in trouble for that. So I'm not saying that he's not.
What should be his charge?
What should be his charge? As I looked through that book,
It's murder.
it's going to be a murder.
It's
I would
murder.
say murder. I'm
That's
not
what's
going to
his
say
charge.
first or second degree, but it's. I
The
will
charge is
say-
murder, man. You killed somebody unarmed.
Well, you have to understand there's different levels of murder, manslaughter. There's different levels of all this stuff. So, I
So
mean,
that we're not asking. We're asking what should his charge
Exactly.
be. So you're
What do
saying
you think it should be?
It should fall under the category
so
of
you
murder?
so you're saying they shot. So he shot. They shot back.
So they say.
So they say.
so
they say.
he shot back. So at the end of the day,
He shot first. The police shot back 20 times.
Wait.
According to what I read, they
He
saying
shot one time, correct?
crazy.
If
He
that's
shot
what I read.
once.
He shot once. They shot 20 times.
Now they're saying she wasn't asleep. She was up. He jumped behind her, and she caught all the fire. The
So
return fire.
when
my
did
God,
this
these
happen?
people
When did
come
this change?
I wanna see the
that's
video
yeah,
cam.
yeah.
They wasn't- and they
Because we
said
got a lot
Showing-
of
because if they're
hearsay.
showing
you
body
know.
cam to law enforcement,
They didn't have
that-
body cam on.
well,
They
he's
didn't.
saying
He
that
said
he's
that-
claiming
he
he's
seen
claiming
the
that he
video.
saw a body cam.
He
He's
said he
claiming
seen the
that he saw a body
video.
cam.
Oh,
Because from my
from-
understanding, they didn't have. There was no
right.
body
There was no.
cam.
All officers had no body.
They
cam.
had plain clothes on. That's why
They
I
were
said. I
plain
asked
clothes.
them when you got plain clothes on. Where do y'all wear your body cams?
body cam sits on your vest. It sits right there on your vest in the middle or the bottom of it.
So with the plain clothes T-shirt on, you could still see past the body cam. You got to make this make sense, baby boy.
Well, he's saying the vest. So they had
They were wearing plain clothes, meaning that they did not have any.
I was trying to help him out.
No, we're not helping
he
him
said,
today. So they had no identifying clothing on.
'Cause
we see that all
I'm
the
trying to
time in our
understand the
communities.
story.
If you've ever had your house raided, you may have seen this. You may have seen them come in literally in plain clothes.
So
meaning the only identifier is the badge that they may or may not pull out.
And let me just say this.
So my question is this: I understand everybody wants them to go to jail for murder. Point blank, we're on the same page. So I don't see what the other problem is. So I mean, what's the problem with that? I mean, he's supposed to go to jail for murder.
yeah, but I think you were going somewhere with that. You were saying, you started to say, what's the word? He said not. I want to use his words. Because I said it's something different, and then you was like, no, that's not it. When I said the majority, or he was saying that when
He
black
said
people
they.
get, they. Oh.
He
Okay.
said they. He referred to us as they. But we're not
They.
gonna make it about him. I want to
No,
say something.
I
real
just
fast.
want, but he was going there at one point saying
You
that
wanna know where he was
people-
going?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
that's
the
where.
floor is
Yeah,
yours.
because we kind of like cut him off. So I wanted you to finish because I think you were going somewhere about saying they, meaning black folks, are angry, and are they wrong in being angry, or I don't know where you were going with that. I would love to know where you were going with that.
So I'm gonna say it like this: Are all black people angry? No, they're not all angry. There's a good majority of them.
I think.
Why do you keep
could
saying
I-
they though? That I'm so.
I think
so
we are,
bothered
though.
by that.
So,
I think we are all angry,
So at the end of the day,
and we got good reason to be.
I'll say black people if you want me to say it like that to make that clear.
No, I want
No,
you to
say
say
we.
Are you not black?
You black.
Do you
Well,
identify
Well, I'm not
as
black. 'Cause I'm not angry,
But I don't
so I
think
can't
he-
put myself in that
yeah,
situation.
I
I'm
think
not
that's
mad.
what
so
it
I'm not
is.
So
angry.
you're not everything
You're
that you
not
see
mad or
happening
angry? You're not
to
upset about
us.
anything?
You're not upset,
What am I
Wow.
and you're about to be in the law enforcement. And you're not upset about that shit. That
What did I tell you the
fucked up
last time he
cops
called?
are doing
What did I
this.
tell
Why
you?
am I-
What did I tell you the last time?
Wow.
He is dangerous.
Well, hold
And
on,
he's going to
but
be a
my-
part of the problem.
My
He is
question
dangerous.
My question is,
You are
why
dangerous.
am I going to be angry? Listen, I can't stop something I don't have control over. I can't control it. I can't control the people in this room. I can't control the person driving out. I can't do that. At the end of the
So
day,
as a
like,
black man, you're not angry?
why would I be angry? Listen,
Because
got
a
it.
black
Does it
woman.
disturb
God,
me?
he has it.
Does it
no,
disturb me?
You know what's going to take him being angry? When his
Something-
kids end up in that situation.
Okay.
Listen, at the end of the
When
day,
his kids end up in that situation, and they got their knee on his kid's neck, or
Now,
his
we're
kids
talking about a
get
different
shot,
situation
or
now.
some shit
No,
like
we're
that,
not
he
talking
gonna
about
want
it.
us to be
We're
outside
talking about
marching
you
with
as
him.
a black man. We're talking about
Okay.
you as a black man. You don't get to.
what do you want?
Situation-
Okay, so since everybody want to jump my case, what do you want? So am I angry about the situation? No. So you're gonna ask me why am I angry? I'm not. It disturbs me to be to the point like it should have happened. No, but I'm not angry. I'm not. I mean, why am I gonna be angry for it?
I
though?
mean, you're entitled
That-
to your feelings.
That's
Yes.
my.
Are you angry?
About
Period.
what's going on?
Yes.
I used to be.
You're not angry no
So
more.
why is he not angry? Why
Hold
is he
up.
not-
Wait,
Okay.
I'm still angry, but my take is on police and killing. I look at it as until we start loving one another, nobody else will.
Now this is my dad, by the way, and I disagree with him wholeheartedly.
And you
right
have
now.
he can disagree with me. If we go out and kill one another at an alarming rate,
Mm-hmm.
and I know white people kill white people, but for some, I think we need to love one another first. And I don't believe that cops would shoot black people the way they do. If I don't think white people will get shot like that
Could I respond to you?
in
That's not-
situations.
That's not. I didn't.
Could I respond to you real
There's been
fast?
people that's been shot like that too. So I
White, okay,
Well,
I know.
white people
Not the
are-
majority,
the-
but I
please.
think
Please, gone.
there, I want to go behind you, right? When you say that, I
Okay.
want to add.
Okay.
I think when black men or black women, but majority of the black men start shooting back at them the way they're shooting at us, I think that's going to get attention to change.
So my
as well.
question is this: I'm just asking.
Wait,
Hold on, I want
I'm just
to
saying.
respond to my
We're gonna
father real
lose.
quick. Dad,
Shit,
Yes,
we're
sir.
losing
that's what I
already.
feel, right?
Okay.
We're
So
already
if we was to
losing.
start loving each other more and not killing each other more, when a white cop kill one of us, it'd just be more people that we go outside and protest.
Yeah, but the protest
That's
ain't
it.
doing nothing.
But the
Well, my
process
thing
that
is
shit
like
doesn't
this,
work.
But what I'm
It's
saying
nothing. You're
is,
just showing
that's
that
all I'm
you're
saying.
mad.
Right.
If we all come together and we stop killing each other, if we don't kill each other, we'll be more together. But the issue is still going to be white cops killing blacks, and that's
So,
just going to
We're
be
going
more
to be
people.
My question
forced
like this,
to
so why
start
gonna stop?
shooting back.
But black people killing
Do
black
you
people
agree?
every day.
Yes.
The
No.
two are
I'm
not
trying
the
to. My
same.
bad. I'm trying to fuck
The
with
two
this.
are
Trying
not
to
the
get it.
same.
So you're defining
The two are not the
So
same.
hold on, you're defining a uniform to say somebody's different than a human being. A human being is a human being. I don't care what you can have a robe on. You can have anything. So you're saying that just because
No, it's
it's
your
not the same?
mindset that's dangerous.
Yeah, your job should
It's
not
the-
define you of who
It's
you
the
are as
fact
a
that
person.
what your mindset is, your mindset, and then going into that authoritative uniform is what is scary.
You can't judge somebody like that.
I am afraid for whatever town you're going to be an officer at. I am literally
Why would you
afraid
be
for the people
afraid?
in that town.
Why would you be afraid?
Why wouldn't I be? Look at your mindset.
Why would you
I'm
be
afraid.
Nah,
I'm
not for
afraid
nothing, bro. Your
black
mindset
men
is
and
kind of
women.
crazy, but
I'm afraid for black men and women wherever
Why?
you are going to be.
I treat
Place.
everybody with the utmost respect. I don't care what color you are. You're a human being. Why am I going to treat you differently because you're?
y'all know it was
You know,
a black.
it's interesting
Y'all know it was
that
a
you
black
say
man.
that, but
Y'all know-
yet you feel nothing with the fact of.
But you have to
And not saying
understand-
that you don't have to feel anything.
You
It's
have to
just
understand-
interesting that you're saying that you don't feel it. Like
You have to
it's just
understand
what
this.
it
I've
is.
been like this all my life.
Y'all
It
know who
doesn't
Daniel
matter-
Cameron is, right?
It doesn't matter if doesn't matter who does what. I've been like this all my life.
Y'all know who
I,
Daniel Cameron is?
I don't switch up just because
Daniel
of
Cameron?
He's
where I'm
the
going.
son-in-law of
The person that was the dude that
yeah.
he went with the one person that said that they knocked instead of the 12. Mm-hmm. Y'all know he's black,
He's the
right?
son- yeah.
Yeah, but
He-
you know who he's married.
he's married to a white girl.
But what I'm saying is,
But does that make a difference? Like, because whoever's married to, like,
I mean,
like
sometimes it says a lot.
It says a lot.
Like,
Sometimes-
does he-
Why though?
Sometimes,
Not
because
all the
you can't. Whoever you fall in love is who you fall in love
Who you
with.
love is who you
It
love.
is. It is what it is.
It to an extent, but it's just.
But this is my
ironic.
thing.
It's ironic.
If they filled out the police report fucked up,
okay.
one person said that they heard him knock, 12 others said they didn't, and you still
But I'm saying
penalize
they're
him,
wrong though.
and you still penalize him for shooting a wall and not killing an unarmed black.
Oh,
woman.
I agree
It's
from
bugged
my
out for me.
experience that police they used to, when I was on the block, they used to jump out and whoop ass just because. But I have to take an accountability. I was on the block. That's
Well,
what
she
I'm
wasn't
saying.
on the block.
So
She
you
was
think
at
that's
her
okay
bed
for them to whip your ass because you're on the block?
No, it's not okay. But had I not been on the block, I wouldn't have got my ass whooped.
Yeah, but that's if you driving down the street and somebody's shooting randomly. If you had you not been driving, you wouldn't have got shot.
See, I look at it.
innocently.
I look at it way different. I look at it that
You look at it old school.
I look at it that it only matters when it's coming from a white finger. But there's little kids in Chicago getting killed. There's a little baby, a little 1-year-old baby that got killed in the stroller in Brooklyn, and nobody says shit. That's why I think the rest of the world don't give a shit. I think
Yeah,
the rest of the world laughs at us.
Okay,
At the-
so
at
then,
the end
so
of the
then,
day,
so
yo,
then you know
because-
what my take is that the source of the handguns. You know, I always say it. The source of the handguns until white people who sell their guns to black children, for crack cocaine or heroin or whatever
But
other drug they decide.
are
to
we
use.
supposed to take the guns because somebody
We're
bringing it to the
not
community?
supposed to, but just imagine being a little black boy and someone tells you, "Oh, I could sell you this gun. This gun can make you some money to feed your family," and then what?
I have
That's
friends
not
that's in. Listen to this. I have friends that's in the street. So if somebody's stealing in the hill 24 miles per hour, it's about to be Christmas time. Let's say somebody's out there stealing Amazon packages that come in front of the crib.
Okay.
So I tell one of my bros that's in the street, yo, I'm gonna have this shit sent to your crib because I don't want nobody to take this shit. It's a gift for my daughter or whatever.
Okay.
And he's in the street. The cops is watching him. I go pick that up and bring it to the house. I have nothing to do with the streets. And now they run up in my shit thinking that I got a package from him. And like it just don't make sense. So now black men can't get packages? It's like not
Okay, let
But
me
a
ask
lot of
this. Let me
this
say
don't make
this.
sense.
Was the package that he got, was it illegal?
I don't know the package I got. I don't know what the package is.
Nobody
their-
knows
per
what the
their-
package.
Per
Nobody
their
knows
investigation.
what was
I don't
in the
think they
package.
know what the package
Per their
was.
investigation, what have they said was in the package? Though they haven't said anything.
They
was
linked
in-
it to him doing crimes, him
What was
picking up
in
Now
the
that-
package?
Listen to what you
What
just
was
said.
in the
they
package?
put a
Link.
camera in front of his house, in front of Breonna's house,
Where he
and
formerly
watch
lived.
traffic
where
go
he
in and out.
formerly lived.
No, she was living there too. Now her getting killed, that shouldn't have happened.
Can I ask a question? Because I got. So is it a white and black thing? Are we on?
For the most part, yes.
For the most part, yes.
So why isn't nobody talking about black on black?
That's what I just said.
Because I'm listen.
Ain't
I
no
think
such
hold
thing
on.
as
At the end of the
black
day,
on
like I'm to the point where I'm tired of people saying, "Listen, yo." It's
But that's
always-
not what we talking about
No,
right
but I
now.
understand.
Wait,
But listen,
give him a
I
chance.
understand
We're
what
not
you're
talking
saying.
about that right now.
No, but what I'm saying though, it's like the cops doing this. Like a white cop shot a black person. I understand that concept. But at the end of the day, like. Yo, black people kill each other every single day. I don't hear nothing about that. They just killed an 8-year-old boy about 2 months ago I don't hear nothing about
An 8-year-old boy. Who?
That's
you
a
said, wait, I want
situation
you to
for
be
another
quiet. You
day.
said, what did you say? They just killed an 8-year-old boy.
Who killed him?
What 8-year-old boy are you talking about?
No, I'm just asking who killed him.
No, what 8-year-old boy are you talking about?
I'm just asking who killed him.
What 8-year-old boy are you talking about?
All right, so you're not going to answer my question. Okay.
Because what 8-year-old boy are you talking about? Are you talking about an 8-year-old boy that was murdered in New Haven?
No.
So what 8-year-old boy are you talking about?
Just not going there, but I just asked the question.
No, what 8-year-old? Because the only 8-year-old, unless there's something else going on in the news that I read, you said they killed the 8-year-old boy. Where was the 8-year-old boy murdered at?
Okay, so you want me? Okay, so we're gonna go here. First of all, nobody's not talking about no kid in New Haven, so let's just get that correct.
Okay, I'm asking you a question.
Just like so before I go in there, before I say anything else, just like they kill a 4-year-old child, they kill a 7-year-old. So
who's they?
Black people.
So I think what he's trying to say is,
you have proof that only black
shouldn't
people
we take
have committed
accountability of
when I get home, I'll actually
We
send
do
Robert.
take
I'll
accountability.
send
It
Rob.
doesn't. You never. I think the media stirred when George Floyd died. It ran for a long time. I'm sure the marketing, the advertising on CNN and all those channels, Fox, MSNBC,
They got
all that,
rich off that.
They got
So,
rich.
like-
When George Floyd died down, Rayshard Brooks happened in Atlanta. I asked the question a couple of weeks ago. If Rayshard Brooks didn't do to them police what he did, would he be alive? Y'all
He'd
said
be dead.
he'll be dead. I was trying to figure out how. Because
The same way Philando
So, Dad,
Castile
let me ask you a
was dead.
question.
Philando Castillo was
I got
that
a
was
question.
wrong.
I got a question. At Wendy's, when he was at that Wendy's, did he not do everything correctly?
Yes, but he
Were you
fought
smoking
the
the dude?
police.
When he was
After.
drunk?
What was the
After.
point?
After.
Was he drunk?
Was he
You told the
turned?
guy was in the drive-thru, right?
Yeah, and was sleeping in his car.
So what happened with that case? If you guys want to talk about cases, that guy he was
Here
intoxicated.
he go with this information.
when
that
he
only
pulled
people in
over-
the world is privy to.
Listen, that's cool. Like I don't care nobody believe me or not, but when he
I
pulled
want to
over,
hear.
when you take,
I just want to hear.
when you
When y'all want to
take,
open the phone lines up?
I'm about to
It's
dip
still
anyway.
spicy.
So my question like this.
I got a question for you though.
Oh, you want my kid is on my ass.
I got
So
a
when
question
you
for you.
take a
My
cop's
oldest boy.
taser and you shoot at a cop, you don't think that's deadly force?
If they wouldn't have did what they did to him,
What did they do?
They grabbed him up and shit. Yo, put your hands behind
He
your back
had
and all
his-
that shit.
no.
He said, listen,
He was
I'm
turned
up this-
around.
I'm up the street.
He was turned around. The cops were standing there.
Did you see the whole video? How he
Hand
fucking
going
the
behind
cops?
his back.
Yeah, he threw the
That's
taser.
when they went
No, I'm
into the
saying before
struggle.
that.
So if somebody tased you, you got the right to kill him?
First of all, you take a cop's
according to this
taser.
police officer, we're gonna call in here in a little bit. You're deemed immobile if you're shot. They look at it like, okay, you shot me with a taser. I can't move. You can take my fire.
You know a taser's a deadly weapon, though, right?
How many feet was he away from him?
No, that's not the question. I'm not.
No, how many feet? Because you're in law enforcement. How many feet does it take for me to strike you with a taser?
How many feet? Probably from.
He was holding
Fired.
ass from them. They wasn't that close.
Fired before you hired.
They wasn't that close.
So you're telling me? No, I'm
You
asking
seen the
you a question.
video?
I seen the whole video.
all right.
But let me
So
ask you.
were they close? Yes or
You've
no?
seen the whole video again.
When he ran off, he wasn't close, but he was.
No,
close.
he wasn't close.
No, he wasn't
So that
close.
taser that he spit backwards, not even looking at him. They had a right to kill him because of that.
That goes back to my point.
hold on.
We
Hold
don't
on.
give a shit about each other.
Hold on.
So that cop didn't think twice about
So
shooting.
you no, I was
that
going to
black
make
man.
this tonight.
Because the world looks at it's been sold
I
that
have seen same situations.
Dad, I love you to death. I gotta disagree with you.
white.
no, you no.
I'm
I've
asking
seen
you.
same
Disagree.
situations with white folks, and
And he
they
didn't
don't
tase 'em.
kill them.
That's my point. Because the narrative isn't white people out here gunning each other down at an alarming rate. If it is happening, they're not showing it on TV. They show that shit on TV. CNN will briefly drop it in. Chicago crime is up and it's crazy. 4 children were killed. They show the picture and then they'll jump on something else
And
that
then
says.
why are we so quick?
Who was
Or
we?
so fast? We
Black.
as in black people.
Okay, so when I said something before, you.
No, you said
They.
You
They.
said
black
Them.
people.
You
said
As
that.
though you're not identifying yourself with
as a
black
black
people.
man.
With black people.
And you got all
Yes.
that melanin.
You don't
over there.
say we.
He's bugged out.
You do
bro.
not say we. You say they. That's why I keep asking where you at with that.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I
So
do
let me ask you a
believe.
question,
I
Dad.
do believe also in lack of fathers in the home. That plays a big part also, according to. I'm not going to mention her book. I put it right there.
Well,
I
Candace
hope-
Owens?
I know you did that entirely on purpose.
No, I didn't. I didn't do that on
Rob
purpose.
trying to get me to be ghetto today. And
No, I'm
trying
not
not
But
to
trying
Dad,
be
let
ghetto
me ask you a question
today. I'll
because
say
you
that
brought
for
up
another
the
day.
rental car
Day.
spot. The rental car shit that you said that
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Okay.
How many people that you had in the black community? How many people that have you had that was black asked you to rent a car for them?
Oh, I've had people I've rented cars for, and people have rented cars for me.
Exactly. So if somebody does something in that car, and yes, it's in your name, but if somebody do something in that car, shit, I don't got nothing to do with that. Yes,
I think
my
that
name.
all fits into their investigation, and I'm not saying police are right.
They're not all right. So
They're not.
all
No,
right.
they're not all right. But
And
I
so
don't
that-
think.
and so before we
I
go
think
further,
we need
some
them.
people are confused maybe in the comments, Rob. I think that they're believing the person who that the warrant was associated with, that person was already in custody. So some people
that's a
think,
fact.
Some people think that the boyfriend, her new boyfriend, the
Her
one
new boyfriend, okay.
who shot
No,
at
no.
the police, he wasn't the reason why there was
No, they weren't there for him. They
He
were
was
there
protecting
for.
his queen.
He was protecting his home, his
That's
woman,
it.
his black queen.
That's
he
it.
was
But they said
doing
he
as
jumped. They said he
should.
jumped behind her and let her take all
We don't
that.
got no body
believe
cameras.
that? Do you
I don't.
really believe
I don't.
that?
I'm only going by what I
We
researched.
don't got no body
Why? What a
cams.
bunch of white people had to say?
No, this guy offers. This guy was a black dude. It's on his website.
He had a
Okay.
Trump hat on too. He had a Trump hat on too. The
He
black guy that he's
calls
talking
us
about.
they and them too, just like your buddy over here.
Hold on, let me get
The guy that the person that they was looking for or whatever
Oh
you
my
want to
God.
say was already
Yeah, I
in
gotta
custody.
Get my uniform ready for tomorrow, man.
It was already in
leaving?
Oh
custody.
no, you want to go and got?
No, he got to get his uniform. He got to go get his uniform ready for
It's an
tomorrow.
whole hour.
He got to get his uniform ready for
It got too
tomorrow.
hot for
I'm trying
him.
to get my uniform
He
ready.
got to
Oh,
get
man,
his
you
uniform
can't-
ready. He got fried tonight.
It got too hot for him because he.
Let's
Don't
get outta
ever
here
forget.
fast.
Listen,
Yes, ma'am.
you are gonna be very dangerous on the streets of whatever town you're gonna be in because you,
When you get a
as
chance, look in
black
the mirror.
man, sat here and said they and
When you
them.
get a chance, look in the mirror.
Like you're
and tell
not-
yourself what color
because
you
you got a
are.
whole lot of melanin. Woo, y'all! When I tell y'all, he got just as much melanin as this
He's
turtleneck
black.
I got on. Black.
And I'm gonna keep you in prayer, sister. That's no problem.
All right,
You're
man.
over prayer.
All right, fam.
I'm cool. Drive safe.
Yes, sir. God
Peace.
bless you,
Drive
sister.
safe.
Peace,
And protect us.
peace, my brother.
Yeah,
Protect
call that
us.
shit
Don't
out.
forget who
I
you
don't-
belong to.
Protect
God
us.
bless you, sister.
And remember
Unbelievable.
this:
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Jesus you serve has skin like mine,
He sure do.
glistening,
He
and
sure
hair
do.
like mine too. Don't you forget it.
He got hair like
The bugs though. You might jump on the mic back on the mic there.
Yeah,
Rob, don't bring him back.
Don't bring
Oh,
him back.
No.
so let's open the phone. Let's open the phone up. Let's open the phone up because I know I'm supposed to be a what's the name calling in a guy who is a police
I don't want to
officer.
hear about nobody. If the source
Well,
ain't
give
credible,
him a chance.
if the source ain't credible,
Because
don't
I'm
bring
sick
it
of
up,
him
man.
sitting up here lying because he was lying.
If the courts ain't bring it up, don't bring it up.
What
I don't want-
the
he told us
town
he's-
he in is in Connecticut.
That.
What
He
are
said
they
he-
doing?
he
Showing
said he
body
seen the-
cam
he
from
said he seen
another
the body
state's
cam
investigation.
video.
Nah, I don't know where you got.
I don't know
where you
about
got
it.
that
I'm like,
from.
this
He
nigga
is a
bugging.
liar. Like he lied when he
This
said
nigga
he seen
bugging.
another video.
on,
What
bro.
did he call and say he seen something? A video? Who was it? Did he say Rashard Brooks? He seen the video of that we didn't see.
Or he must be some kind of special forces or some shit.
Shit. And I know if you special forces some shit like that, you ain't got no business doing up here talking about
No,
that.
he ain't gonna be on this
business.
motherfucker
'Cause they
talking.
gonna know the recognition of your voice. He better get out of here
Yeah,
lying.
he full of shit, man.
Can we grab this call?
He's
Yeah,
so
yep.
black he
All right.
on the blue line.
Let me
I
know.
was trying to hear.
Put your headphones on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody can hear you because
Is this an officer?
I don't know. I'm about to find out. Let me know. Can y'all say something in your mic? Say something.
Hey, you can hear me?
Can you hear?
I
You?
can hear him. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't. Hold on. You can't hear him. I got to do something because you can't hear him.
You can hear him or no?
No, I can't.
Oh,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
can you hear him?
I can hear him over there, not in here.
You can't hear him in your hold on. You can't hear him.
Say something.
Say something again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Hey,
Okay. Can you?
Hey,
hear
how
me?
you doing?
Can you
I'm
hear
fine.
him?
How you doing?
All right. Who is this?
I'm good.
You doing good?
Hey, I'd rather stay anonymous.
Okay.
All right, anonymous.
Talk to us.
Yo.
Yeah, we can hear you. Talk to us.
All right. So I was listening a little bit.
Okay.
And I heard everybody talking about wanting to charge the police officers with murder.
Okay.
My question for everybody is, if everybody can hear me, what is murder?
You tell us.
Now, I need to know from you guys what murder is, because everybody throws out their opinion on things.
Murder
what
is
they
killing
want
somebody
to
that's
happen.
innocent. For me, murder is killing somebody innocent.
Anybody else?
Murder is taking a
Somebody
life.
unarmed and innocent. Especially if you the cops.
Murder
Okay.
is taking your hand or your foot or even now your knee. Oh heck, shit, they bite people, so your teeth too, and stealing a life.
And
Okay.
so I'm going to tell you what the definition is. The noun is the
No,
unlawful,
wait,
premeditated
wait a
killing
minute.
Hold on,
of
it's
one
one more
human
person.
being by another. And the verb is to kill someone unlawfully and with premeditation. So
Cool. So now that we know what law says murder is, how can we charge those cops with murder?
What would you charge him with then?
I wouldn't charge them.
You wouldn't charge him at all?
No, let me tell you why I wouldn't charge them.
Calling your mother.
The reason why I wouldn't charge those cops is because I, plus I'm pretty sure nobody else in America besides the people that was there, right?
Okay.
So we go by Graham versus Connor, which is your objective reasonableness, which means the force that was used at the time it was used is either going to be enough force or it's going to be excessive force. The only people who know whether it was enough force or excessive force is the people that was on scene.
So you think 20 shots for somebody that was unarmed with one gun in there is? You think that's
How
cool?
many shots would you shoot somebody shooting at you?
I asked you a question. You think that's cool for them to let that many shots off for somebody that was unarmed?
If somebody's shooting at me, as many shots as it takes to drop you.
Somebody that's
How many
unarmed
shots
though.
No.
She was
It didn't
unarmed,
say
yes or
that
no?
Hold on. It didn't say that they were shooting at Breonna Taylor. That guy started shooting at them. They shot back, and she got hit.
Shooting as in plural.
Where,
So they said it was
Y'all-
20 shots let off, right?
Mhm.
How many shots did he let off?
that don't
I'm
matter
asking you a
how many-
question.
we're
We
not
answered your question.
counting-
Answer mine. How many shots did he let off?
I'm answering yours. That doesn't matter. If you take
How
a gun
doesn't
and
that
you shoot at
matter?
me one time, I'm shooting back as many times until I see your body drop.
How many?
doesn't
All
matter.
right,
I'm
all right,
not
cool.
counting-
All right, now we answered
not
your question
counting
on the
how many
definition of
times you
murder,
shoot.
right? How many shots? Because we human, we're gonna be real about this shit. How many shots did he let off?
Who knows? We wasn't there.
Come on, bro.
I'm answering you. I don't know. Who knows?
Come on, bro.
Are you
Were
a
you
police
there?
Come on,
officer?
bro.
I am.
Y'all killing me with this
You
shit,
are?
man.
I am.
Where are you an officer at?
That doesn't matter.
All right, so let me ask you another question. That police report, you think that was filled out correctly?
Which police report? You talking about the one that
The one that was
officer
blank.
put online?
The one that was blank.
Where'd you see that report at?
Come on, bro. See,
So you have privy
See,
to this report.
like,
You have
I'm
privy
not-
to
come on,
this
bro.
body
Hold
cam
on.
too?
I'm asking you
I saw it
I'm asking you
on I saw it on what they call the New York Post, whatever they call whatever the fuck them niggas name is.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Did you?
You
see
haven't?
the one that?
So you must have seen one that had the whole shit filled out correctly, right? I'm just, it's gonna be coincidence, but I'm sure you saw the one that was filled out 100% correctly.
Do me a favor.
No.
Whichever one
Yes or
you're talking
no?
about.
Did
Hold
you
on,
see
Because
it?
I want to see it. Hold on, I want to see it. Stop talking.
I got you.
Send
Matter of fact, just
that-
Google it. Google it.
Yeah,
Google
let
it.
me Google it. Where,
Yeah,
what
you
is
do
it?
that.
What is it?
Google it. Just put the Breonna Taylor police report. Go see it. It kills me that everybody see what they want to see, including myself. But everybody see
I
what
was
they
about
want to
say,
see.
Right.
Yeah, but you fit in that category with me. You
I
sitting
am.
right here
Yeah,
comfortably
no.
with me. Everybody see what they want to see. Nobody wants to see the other shit. Right or wrong, no matter what happened, right or wrong, an unarmed
you're
black
right.
woman was killed. Period, and the nigga got off.
So I want
That's
to.
it.
I want to hear
I'm
what
about to
he's.
rebuttal that.
I want
Hold
to.
on,
I
I'm about
want to
to
hear where you're going with that. I really do.
Hold on, I'm about to rebuttal that because you just finished saying that we look at one side and don't look at the other.
Did you
So
look at the other
everybody's
side?
Hold on, everybody's looking at the Breonna Taylor side, but nobody's looking at the cop side.
Because
If
he was
everybody
wrong.
in there-
Who gives a fuck about his side? He killed her unarmed in her sleep in her house in her bed. Nobody gives a fuck about
Did
what he thought or
intentionally
what
go to
he
Breonna
felt.
Taylor's house to kill Breonna Taylor?
We don't know.
Do you know
You
that?
say we don't know
Are you
nothing,
in his
right?
head?
Right.
Are you in his
So-
head? Do you know that?
so
Do
it-
you know
so-
that?
Yo, Dad, what'd he say?
So
We wasn't there, so we don't know really what happened, right?
Do you know that?
That's what he said.
Do you know what his
Everybody's so
intentions were?
emotional about it. And
Let's hear.
That's what he said.
I want to
they
hear.
went in there.
I want to
they
hear
killed
what you're.
Breonna Taylor. They killed Breonna Taylor, but then you turn around and say, "Oh, we don't know if that was their intentions."
Okay,
So why get so emotional about it?
but
Because she got hit because her boyfriend started shooting at the police.
He shot at
So,
the
hold up.
police.
Let me ask you a
because the
question. Do
police
you have
came into
kids?
their home unannounced.
Do you have kids?
I do.
All right. So if somebody come to your house unannounced and bang on your door on some shit trying to get in, you not firing?
Most definitely.
All right. So what are you talking about here? So he was wrong for firing?
Oh, listen. You have to understand something.
Yo, they dance so good. It's crazy to me. This shit.
I
I thought Chris Brown could dance.
I want to
Listen,
hear.
motherfucker.
I thought Chris Brown could dance.
We
You got
gotta
Chris
hear.
Brown.
We have
Hold on.
to
You have to
wait.
listen.
I thought Michael Jackson could
I
dance.
want to hear
Cops are the
where
best.
he's going with this. I really want to
I'll
hear
talk to you
because he's saying something. I want to ask you a question, but I can't ask you the question until you finish. Where are you going with that?
This is what I'm saying. Police officers do not. I want y'all to hear me. It don't matter whether you're a U.S. Marshal, the FBI, the police, the sheriff, the damn K9. You do not go to a house, whether you have a warrant to knock or a no knock warrant. Because supposedly they had a no knock warrant, but who knows? If they had a no knock warrant and they hit that door in, which on a no knock warrant you can go ahead and hit that door in, you have to announce who you are as the police. You have to. There is no, oh, we forgot or we didn't want to.
But they
You
didn't.
have to.
Oh, let him finish. Go
You
ahead.
have to announce who you are so that whatever everybody's saying that happened does not happen. So if I go to a house and that door is wide open, now I'm not talking about a warrant or I have an investigation, no, none of that crap. If I go to a house and a front door is open and I say, you know what, I need to go inside and make sure that everybody inside of the house is okay. Before I step inside of that house, I am going to scream who I am at least 5 or 6 times before I enter that residence. So you got to think about it like this. Whatever the situation was with Breonna Taylor and they had all this drug stuff going on and all this other X
So they say.
stuff happening.
So they say.
So, okay, whatever. So they say.
And who's they?
The police, man. Who cares about who they is? Let me finish.
Who?
If all that stuff is supposedly going on at Breonna Taylor's house, they go to that house, they are going to announce, because the first thing we say is there may be firearms in that house. I am not going to go to Breonna Taylor's house, Joseph's house, King's house, Robert's house, Lisa's house without announcing myself, knowing that there's already known drug activity there, knowing that there's already a history because we've been watching them for X amount of time. The first thing we say is there may be firearms on location, so prepare for firearms. We're not going to go there and not announce ourselves to be shot at. That makes no sense.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So in the court, they said, I think 12 people said that they didn't say a word, and one said that they did.
Was the 12 people living inside the house?
They were
I mean,
they were
at the house?
They were their neighbors. I think they was in an apartment complex. Because one bullet ended up in the white family's house, which, you know, he got in trouble for. But if 12 people say that they didn't hear nobody, but one person said, and you just said that they have to announce themselves, right or wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. So let's say that they didn't. Let's go with the 12 because, you know, it just outweighs.
Mm-hmm.
What crime is that for them? Do you agree that, what would you say? You would say, all right, fuck that. Since I know that they're supposed to say something when they go into my house, they said something.
Mm-mm.
So matter of fact, where do you stand on it? You say you want to put them in murder, right? So for that right there, what do you say to that?
I wouldn't charge him. The reason being, I wasn't there. I don't know the facts and the circumstances.
All right.
So then nobody should be charged for
Exactly.
anything.
So nobody should. So that they shouldn't even went to court if this is the case. What you're saying.
Nobody should ever be
Everything
charged
goes
for
to court.
anything by people who
I
weren't there.
agree. So if something with the court, and 12 people said that they didn't hear them say a word, and one said they did, you still would say, nah, let them go.
That makes no sense. My cousin
my
was just
God.
murdered
They dance
in
so well.
New Haven. My cousin was just murdered in New Haven. What was it? A couple months ago? Last
Okay.
month? Guess what? You know how many people didn't see nothing? You know how many people didn't hear nothing? He was murdered in a group. Nobody seen anything. Nobody heard anything. So you can't point at the majority of 12 people said they didn't hear anything.
I'm sorry for your loss. What I asked you
gotta-
was, if 12 people in the
getting to that.
court said that they didn't hear a word, but one said that they did, and everybody is going with the one.
Let me ask you a question.
Coincidentally.
Let me ask you a question.
Everybody that's in the judge and all of that going with the one.
Mhm.
You don't think they're wrong for that, bro?
No, you got to look at the way society is going. Would you talk to the police if they came up and asked you and said, hey, man, did you hear anything? What's going on?
When did Breonna get murdered?
you probably gonna say the same thing. Nah, I ain't hear nothing.
How many months have it been? It's
So
been like
you
100
can't.
some days, right?
You
But based off of
about
based,
200 days now.
but listen, based off of what you're saying, there was no point of you even calling because you're saying pretty much nobody should do nothing because you wasn't there. So what was the point of you calling?
What I'm saying is y'all, everybody's ever talking about, dude, the police is wrong. They should be charged with murder and X.
Based off of what they're giving us, yes.
But I want to ask you a
What
question.
do you identify as
based
first?
off of what somebody else?
Do
is
you
giving
identify as a black man or a police officer first?
I'm a black man.
Okay.
You're a police officer
Okay,
first.
but
You know
I have a
that.
question because you first started out with asking us the definition of murder. And then you did state, and I don't want to quote you because I'm not going to say it verbatim.
She's gonna paraphrase.
Thank you. That when someone first shoot at you, the response is to continue to shoot until you drop that body. Correct? That's what you said. Okay, now, how does this play into Breonna's situation? Like, how, with her being hit, like, are you saying that there should be no form of punishment because she was killed in that process?
What I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be no form of punishment, but people have to educate themselves before they just start throwing out things or having opinions or getting.
I'm going off of
emotional.
based off what the judge.
Hold on. I'm
based off what the
I'm
case was
answering.
saying.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. I'm answering her question.
You got it.
You get your chance. That's not what I'm saying. People throw out murder. Murder is with malice and afterthought. If they're going there on a search warrant for whatever reason, and you get shot at, you're not saying, "Oh, let me kill Breonna Taylor. Let me kill this person who's supposedly in the bed sleeping," or whatever the heck was put out there.
Oh my
That's not the
God.
thought. Now, if my thing is to shoot back at this person that's shooting at me, then yes, for him, fine. That threat has to be stopped. But for Breonna Taylor, if she wasn't the one shooting, they can't be charged with murder because their intentions were not to shoot her.
She also
They're
can't tell her
shooting at
side
the guy
either.
that's shooting at them.
Okay, now, and I understand that you're going based on what is law, right? And so what should they be charged with? If it's not murder, then what should it be?
He said nothing.
That is really going to be up to the judge because there's so many things that
We're asking
that
you
has
though.
to play in
All right,
fact.
we have another caller
I'm not a
coming
judge.
on.
I'm not going to charge them.
Yeah, but you. So what?
But
We're
what
asking
should they? But we're
you.
talking about the law, okay? Based on the
We having a
the
conversation. Just say what you
based
think.
on the fact that you asked us what was to define murder, right? So we want to stay within the terminology, right? The law terminology. So what will the death of Breonna, where does it fall underneath? Is it manslaughter? Is it, what would it be? Because it's not murder. Then what would it be?
Nothing.
All right, right.
So that means they walk. So it's
Yes.
okay for them to walk because
what you
it
pretty
was.
much.
You're basically saying it was accidental.
Yes.
What he pretty much did, right, was call up here and tell us everything that we seen on the news and all of that shit doesn't matter because we wasn't there. But he was calling us to tell us how cops roll. That's what happened. That's just happened. Because we just asked him questions and he never answered nothing because he said, "Yo, no, that's the judge. That's the judge's job. But no, I wasn't there. I can't even tell you how it happened." Like,
So
it's like, what was the point to this?
I think so. No, it
Think
was a
this.
point. It was a point, and let me tell you where the point is at. Right.
Please tell me.
And so a lot of time, and you said this too the last time we were up here, that a lot of times we sort of like respond based on our emotions and based on the things that we see, based on
Right.
what it is that we know. And so what he just did was say, okay, getting us to look at, to define, right? Because we don't know why these people are still walking. Like every time
No, we know why.
Oh, yes.
You don't know why.
No,
Well,
we definitely know why.
No, the reason
we know why.
We
know why.
Based on
We know why.
based on
ignorant.
based on
We know
evidence.
why.
Hold on one second. So based on what it is that we see, right? We can make a sound judgment to say, okay, you know what? It's because they were black, or because they were white that they didn't get charged, or because they was black the reason why the cop, like, we can make that, right? And so, but when you really look at it, to really say, okay, why do these people keep walking after we see what we see and we read what we read? We don't still know why they're walking. So based on what he just said, by being in the law, right, being part of the law, and he's breaking down to say, okay, it's not murder, right? And he explained why it wasn't murder. And then the question was, okay, where would you put this at? And then he said it's accidental. So now we see why, from a law standpoint, right? Other than the fact of what we see from the, but you get what I'm saying? Like, so it was a point for us to see it that way.
So let me ask you a question, bro. If they had the person that they need to have in custody, what was the point of going in there?
That's a whole nother search warrant thing, man. Just because you have that person in custody doesn't mean that whatever you're going inside that house for, you have in your possession. So just because they said, okay, we have Joe in custody, we still need to go inside of the house.
Joe had been in custody for quite a long time. There was no other.
Don't look at that, man. Just because Joe, let's say Joe was in custody for 6 years, they were still doing that investigation. That investigation ends after they go inside of the house, get what they have to get, and they process.
And
So
they got nothing.
let me ask you another
That time
question.
doesn't matter.
There was.
Let me ask you another
there.
question. What black person that got murdered by the cops? Which cops do you feel is wrong? What situation do you feel is wrong? Or do you feel like they always accidents?
I don't know homeboy's name. The Joseph, the one that kneeled on homeboy's neck.
You want George Floyd?
Yes.
That's the only
That
one that you
cop-
feel was wrong?
That cop was completely wrong.
And that's the only one you feel was wrong?
You have to look at the circumstances.
So
That
what about when
cop's
Philando
kneeling.
died?
Explain that case to me.
Philando Castillo.
How
As
you
a
don't know
black
about these
man,
cases?
Before we go any, I am so heartbroken by the black man who was here on the show, the anonymous guest. I am so heartbroken by speaking to you. I'm not even being funny. I'm not being shady. Like,
You really don't know who Philando is?
I'm really heartbroken in that you don't know who this black man is who was murdered for doing absolutely nothing on Facebook Live in front of were children in the car. I'm like,
his daughter.
His daughter
hate
in
to
the
be-
car, his girlfriend in the car, and you mean to
I
tell
hate to
me
be
your
a,
black ass don't remember who he is?
I hate to be an asshole, but man, I live a life. You understand me? I got a shit to do in my own life. I got shit to worry about.
All right, well, let's tell you. We're gonna tell you what happened. Though he
Thank you.
He had his license to carry. He told the cop, like, listen. He asked him, did he have any weapons in the car? He said, yes, I have my license. I have my gun on my hip, and he shot him. Plain and simple. He killed him with his girlfriend and his daughter in the back.
I'd have to see a video or something like that.
Oh, you can find it.
You can look it
You
up.
definitely can find
Philando
it.
Castillo.
When you get it,
All right,
if you want to,
Philandro
it completely
Castillo
sounds wrong.
Castillo.
of course, you're gonna say it sounds wrong because it's a cop and you're an officer. So from the start, you're gonna say, okay, I'm on bro side. Yeah, it sounds wrong. When you watch the video, call
You
back.
just finished saying I was on the cop side. So see,
No, listen. Go watch the video and call back because you don't know who Philando is.
Go
definitely-
watch the
I
video and
definitely
call us
watch
back. We'll
You don't know who
answer.
Philando is.
Rob, hang up.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call y'all back in a few minutes.
Go watch the
Okay.
video. Call me back.
All right.
I'm telling you.
This is sad,
I'm telling
man.
you, it's really
Self-hate.
like, all jokes aside, like, I'm really like,
Self hate.
it's really sad, and this
He
is
said I
why
got a
I'm
life.
always saying that we have to get to the source of self-hate in our community, because that is sad.
Yo, it's the Raw Report. Talk to us. Turn down what you got in the background, because
Because this is crazy.
it's the Raw Report. Talk to us, my G.
Hello.
Turn what you have down in the background so you don't get confused.
Oh, I got y'all in the background. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Key.
She said hello.
Hello.
Hey, Key.
Y'all know it's me, right?
I knew it was you as soon as I heard your voice. Hey, boo.
Hey, boo. Listen. I just got a couple questions.
Okay.
All right. So my first question is, did y'all hear her name was on a warrant?
Yes.
I actually
Yes.
seen it. Yeah.
Okay. Now listen, I'm from the streets. My mother used to tell me, hanging with certain people, you're going to go to jail, you're going to die, whatever. I had these kids. I kind of simmered down a little bit. Now, we know that Breonna was gang, right? She was part of this shit. Do we not know that? And I'm not saying she should have died. So let me just...
I don't know that.
I don't know that.
All I seen was her name on the warrant and heard that she was in contact with her ex-boyfriend who was in custody.
Okay, so do y'all know when they said she was an EMT that was taken from her because supposedly she had a rental car with a dead body found in it, and that's why they did something with her EMT license or something.
So why wasn't she in jail then?
Because just because a rental car, I rent a car, I could say I rented a car for such and such, and they went and did whatever. So that's why. It just doesn't concrete evidence. You can't just throw a person in jail. Well, they could. You know how that rule. But you got to come up with it. So here's my thing. They said it was a not warrant. Like, I kind of agree with the guy when he said, like, 12 people said they didn't hear it. We from the streets. Especially when it's young or old, no matter what, a lot of people don't say, oh, yeah, I heard it. Oh, yeah, I heard it. But I could have swore I remember the boyfriend himself saying he heard them banging on the door, and he said that they said police, but he didn't believe it was police. Am I wrong?
I never
heard that.
I heard
You
that.
might be wrong.
I never seen that.
You heard that too, Rob?
Okay.
And I did my research.
He admitted to saying that they was police at the door. He admitted hearing them say police
After he shot
but he didn't
them.
believe them.
Okay.
That
So
he
I
didn't
never seen that.
He didn't
that
believe it was police.
I never seen that.
The only thing I feel is that the boyfriend is the reason Breonna is dead. Not the ex-boyfriend, the new one. Why? Breonna didn't get shot in her sleep. She was asleep, but they woke up. Breonna got shot
Yes,
in the hallway.
that's true too.
Okay? She got shot in the hallway. My thing is...
Remember I said he ran behind her?
I don't know. I don't know if he ran behind her or if he just ran to get away. Who knows? But my thing is, they didn't turn the lights on the scene. First of all, you're in the dark. You didn't go and look. But why did he shoot first? Because we have to think, we can't, now with the Black Lives Movement, nobody's taking responsibility for shit. So it's like, if you go do something and you black, we take your responsibility from what their actions are. Now, I'm not saying Breonna did anything, but as a cop or as just a regular person, the boyfriend opened fire first. They are trained to return fire.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
You in a relationship?
Oh, shit. Yes.
If somebody's banging on your door and your boyfriend's there strapped up, and let's just say they said police, and he don't believe them. Let's just roll with what you're saying. You don't expect your boyfriend. Y'all really don't know who it is. You don't expect him to let off a shot while he got his queen with him.
Hold on. Now, if I'm in that predicament, either it's the ops coming in, because why the fuck I don't believe it's the police? Excuse my language. Who else is banging like that?
I mean, 12 people said they didn't, so I'm rolling with them.
Somebody's trying to rob us, or no, I don't expect my boyfriend to let off shot. I expect my nigga to open the door, look out the window, because for one, she don't got no kids, but I got kids. So don't just let off no shot up in here.
So don't let off a shot and possibility let the ops come through.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, if you didn't know, they didn't even come through. They didn't even go and look.
Oh, because I'm not looking.
Neither am I.
I'm not.
Somebody's banging on my door.
My kids is in the house. I'm not looking.
Listen, they were banging on the door. It's not like they kicked the door.
Okay, so have you?
Dad, could you pull up?
You live in New Haven, kid.
That they said.
Kid,
that they were
so
the cops,
you gonna say the ops ain't never came through banging on somebody's door, and somebody ended up dead after?
No, what I'm saying to you is, you asked me. I said that because why don't you believe it's the police? Why don't you think it's the police? You understand what I'm saying? That means you got other people who the hell else is banging on your door? Right now,
I mean, when you live in the hood,
you
just don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Like my uncle, like you could be asleep somewhere. Like somebody could come bang on my door right now. It could be my sister. I've been calling you for 3 hours. Boom, 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 boom. Why you not answering the door? Type. Nobody door never been banged on. Your door's never been banged on. And it was your aunt or your homeboy. Like, Dad, why you ain't answering the phone?
Okay, but I think
are they announcing who they are while they're banging? Or are they silently or non-verbally?
I don't open my door a couple times and said, why are you banging on my door like this?
But I think they had, what's that
I
thing
agree
called
with
that
her.
they break down the doors with?
A battering ram?
Did they use that?
I think they did, if I'm not
So
mistaken.
the only thing I'm not saying, the only thing I just feel is that the boyfriend initiated gunfire.
I know
Which
one thing.
police
Somebody come in my
point-
crib banging, I'm letting my shit go.
So
Plain
if
and
your father
simple.
coming
But
and knocking on
listen,
your door.
but
If my dad come knocking on my
They
door,
probably
like
better come
He
act like
knows he can
Knocky
call my
got some
phone.
sense.
But this is my thing. Just
he knows, my
remember,
father
when
know
you
he can
let
call
off
my
a-
phone. And if I don't pick up, I'm asleep with my
remember,
kids.
When you let off a shot, that means that the potential, whether it's the police, the ops, anybody else, they can let off a shot too and possibly hurt your kid by a mistake.
That's
You feel
understood.
me? So that's
But-
where.
So
that's
Nah.
where- yeah,
So
that's
I'm
where
gonna give you
identity-
guys. I'm gonna give you guys a real life example.
But wait, hold on. But that's where the accountability got to come in. Where the cops, if they cops would have just busted in her door and started shooting, oh, everybody needs to.
So do you think they announced themselves?
In my eyes, because it was a no knock one, right?
No, not warrant.
no,
Yep.
but that does not mean that they
So
don't have to
listen,
announce.
So let me
No
say
knock
that.
means busting the door. This is the police.
Yeah. So this is my thing. If it was no knock, why knock? Or were they nice and just said, "Well, come on, let's just knock on it"? Because what's the point? So even if they didn't announce themselves and just bust through, and he started shooting, he still he initiated it.
Do you think that they announced?
Because the thing is, Keith, the thing is, the no knock does not mean no announce. No knock means busting the police. They never said that. Because we're going to go with the 12 people who said that they never said that they were the police. So they were knocking on the door, banging on the door, bust into the home, unannounced, and they were wearing plain clothing.
Time to get up. Breonna and her boyfriend still got time to get up out the bed, right, and ran wherever they ran before the shooting started because they was hiding somewhere.
Was?
Who said that they were
in the
hiding? I
hallway.
never. Now that I
How
never.
are they hiding if
were
they
in
got
the
shot?
hallway, like they were in the hallway. Like they got up, went in the hallway. Nobody got up and went to the door.
So what if?
Did we see the
why
the
were they
blueprint of her apartment?
Because I've been in a raid.
Did anybody see the blueprint of her apartment?
But
Yes.
and if
You
you've been in
did.
a raid
So
in
does the hallway
Connecticut,
lead
there's
to her
no.
door?
There's no knock. There's
Oh, man, I
no.
gotta look again.
No knock warrants they don't exist here in Connecticut. So I'm gonna give you guys a real life.
Is I've been in a raid, and when I was in a raid, I knew what time it was. Oh shit, the police! I'm trying to get away.
So they're saying no knockers, so you can't flush drugs and nothing like that? Is that the reason
So
for
no knock.
If you got
So
enough
yeah, no
time,
knock
it
is so they can. But they have. It does not mean unannounced. So no knock warrant means because they do those or they used to do those in North Carolina as well. No knock is they don't have to knock on the door first. They can beat the door in, but they have to announce who they are.
I want to see the blueprint of her
Once
house.
they get through the door,
I want to know if they were
When they're
hiding.
coming in the door, no
the
knock is
hallway.
not. So I don't want people to misinterpret. No knock means no knock. None of this. It means boom. The police, everybody get down. It does
they
not
already
mean that they don't have to. Anyone that is the police, if you ask someone, you know, you used to hear the boys on the block be like, "Yo, you the police." They cannot say to someone, "No, I'm not a cop," and they're a cop. They're supposed to always announce who they are. But
Okay, no.
again, you're saying so. I just because I want you to hear this before we take the next caller. So I had an incident.
Let me say this. Do y'all remember the people in Chicago when they knocked on them people? Well, they didn't even knock. They busted in them people's door. It was the wrong address. It was kids and shit in there. They had the kids on the ground, all types of stuff like that. Remember that? It was recently. Like they knocked on her. They didn't even knock. They just bust in, put the kids on the ground. Now thank God, no, they was asleep. They didn't know what was going on. The police in there. They got guns to their kids, but nobody died. They got in trouble, but nobody died. Not a shot.
Nobody died because the man of that house wasn't on his king shit.
But listen, but his kids was alive.
Nobody
It
in
was
that
a
house
mistake.
wasn't
They
on their
got
king
that-
shit.
they got that bread and all of that. But my whole point is, I just feel that the boyfriend, he initiated. And you got to think because some people are police officers. My cousin's a police officer. Like, my daughter want to be FBI. So their job, they got family to go home too. But they're trained for certain shit. Not saying some people are wrong and don't do it correctly, but they're trained for certain stuff. So you mean to tell me police are not, if somebody starts shooting and I got a blicky, I'm not shooting back? What are you talking about? He let off a shot. He caused that shit. He caused the point that not one person had a gun and let off shot. You got the whole force letting off shots on you and your girl.
I want to see the blueprint of her apartment because I want to
that's
know
what
if
I'm
the
saying.
hallway, because y'all said that she was hiding in the hallway and nobody seen the blueprint
Well, I
of her
don't know if she
apartment.
was hiding
I want to know
or
if that
just
hallway leads to her door.
I don't know if she was just hiding or if she was just standing. Well, because a lot of people feel that. Because in the beginning with the media, I thought they literally killed her while she was asleep. I didn't just find out till recently that she actually was up and was in the hallway.
So let me ask you a question. Would you charge him with murder?
Nah,
You wouldn't charge him with murder at all. What would you charge him with?
I wouldn't charge him. I couldn't.
Because the police report wasn't filled out correctly.
If Nicole said a no knock warrant mean that they still have to say police and they didn't do that, that's the charge. But as far as killing her, I can't say that because they did not go in there, kick the door in, and start shooting. No, they kicked the door in.
So they say, though.
How emotions
everything
and
is
how
so they
the
say.
boyfriend felt.
So they say.
Yeah, regardless of emotions and how the boyfriend felt, he didn't know this, he not on his king shit. You let off a shot. So you initiated these people to shoot back. And if it wasn't the cops, say if it was the ops, and he let off a shot, they're going to shoot back.
Because that's a
too.
natural
So
reaction.
suppose it was
It's a
the ops.
natural reaction.
So suppose it
Just
was
like your
suppose it was the
action would
ops,
be-
right?
Uh-huh.
And it
Come
wasn't
through
the
the door,
police,
that's a
and he didn't do
reaction,
anything, and
right?
they both
Behind
end up
every
dead.
action is a reaction.
Wait,
I wish
you
people would
said
be real
if
about
it-
this
If it was
situation.
the ops and they did, the boyfriend shot and they shot back and what?
And no, the boyfriend didn't shoot.
And they just came in and shot her down?
He still would have got off.
Everybody needs to go to jail.
He
They
still
need
would
to
have
go
got
to
off.
jail.
He still would
They
have got
need to go
off.
to jail.
We
If
know
the
that.
boyfriend-
He still would have got
the only
off.
point is if he wouldn't have never let off that shot.
All
They
right, let's say he
just took the
didn't.
warrant
Let's say he
and-
didn't, and all of this happened. Shit, same with the shit with the George Floyd and all the
If
rest of the
they
names you could
didn't,
say.
yes, they need to go
They
to
still
jail.
would have got off.
Listen, you might be right on that because you know where they at. Come on, we know the game.
Come on,
But
man.
that's what I'm saying. If he wouldn't have let off a shot and they'd have kicked in her door and shot them, everybody needs to go
Buns,
to jail.
nobody mentioned Black Lives Matter, I don't think, since we've been on.
They
All right,
need to go to jail.
No,
the
nobody did.
family, I feel like the family, they blew it when they settled before the criminal.
But we don't know what situation they
What
were
did they
in.
blow?
No.
So wait.
That
That's
still doesn't make
one
it
thing
right.
I'm tired of all day today. People have been antagonizing and attacking this girl's mother. There is not a living soul on planet Earth that is hurting more than this mother is. Why? She didn't have to keep fighting. She took her money, which a civil suit has nothing to do with the court of law.
But what I'm saying is, it would have looked a little bit better.
It's not about what it looks like, baby girl. Her daughter is dead. Her baby is gone. Her baby is not coming back.
To you is, they already down south, right? We already fighting these people, and y'all, I'm talking about the other side, the white folks. They fight harder. They got to deal with shit that up here in Connecticut we don't got to deal with. So don't give these. That's why I mean with the boyfriend shooting. Don't give these. Can I say the word crackers? Don't give
Scream
them.
it.
Don't give them crackers nothing to not get our rights. So I feel if she would have held
So you
off
think
a
that
little
we
bit,
should bow down to them because
not bow down, but what I'm saying, I'm not saying she shouldn't have got her that bread, but what I'm saying is handle the criminal part first, because now them crackers could be like, oh, she got the 12 mil.
But that doesn't make it right still.
It
Like,
don't make it right. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is you got to play the game. I wouldn't have.
but it's hard to tell somebody to play the game when your daughter just died.
Listen, but you still was able to sign and say, let me get that 12 million, which you're doing.
Yeah, but your daughter just died. Like, come on. At the end of the day, there's a black woman that was unarmed and she's killed. Point blank period. And somebody got off on that shit.
Nobody ever
Point
gonna
blank
put the
period.
boyfriend or anybody blaming the boyfriend? Any of y'all?
Yeah,
He was,
I blame
protecting, he
him.
was protecting his girl. No, I don't.
I honestly don't blame him.
I think
because
what she's saying is
Listen, no,
his
let me
reaction.
tell you guys. I
His
had a
action.
very similar
recall-
situation.
His action made their reaction.
If I don't know if my
Ooh,
daughter is
no,
out here
sure
watching,
somebody
but
knock
we
on my
just
door
had
like
a
that.
very similar situation at my house. Somebody came to my door unannounced, knocking on my door, banging on my door. And if you're watching this, you know where my house, you may know where my house is at. The guy came to my door, knocking on my door. I live in the hood, but in a very quiet section of the hood. I could see from me standing at my step, I can kind of see down, and I seen that it was a man. I'm not asking no questions. It was just me and my daughters and my grandson in the house. I got the strap and went outside. What up?
Okay, but
And he's
what?
lucky. He, by the grace of God, he's alive to tell the story today.
But guess what?
If there wasn't going to be any questions asked, there was not going to be.
But
There's not going to be no questions asked.
You looked. You said you looked and you seen it was a guy. That was it right there. You looked.
So let's say this, right?
Yeah, I looked, but
Hold on.
do you think I didn't ask him no questions? I came out of the side door with the strap, and because I was able to see, because my porch light was on, I was able to see that he was unarmed. If the thought even crossed my mind, if he had a hoodie or anything on, I would have shot him dead right on my front porch.
This is my whole point. You still looked.
I happen to be the way my house is. You can't help but look. So I don't
That
know.
goes back to what Rob is saying. You need to see the outline of her house.
Yeah, because if her house is anything like my house was, but they were sleeping. See, I wasn't, when this happened, I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake.
We never get justice, period, man.
We don't, especially when it's us. When it's us as black women, people can do, white people, Puerto Rican people, black people can do anything to black women and get away with it. All the time. They get away with what they do to us all the time. We are the
all right, dear. We're gonna grab somebody else, all right?
All right, have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Whether they were right or wrong, we never get
that's
justice.
what I want to go back
period.
to what you're saying about the just like you're
Hold
saying
on,
that
caller.
you need to see the blueprint of her house. That is going to be very interesting, the same as those 12 people, because where were they to hear or not hear everything?
Regardless,
that's the same.
African
That's
Americans don't get no justice in America, and that's the bottom line, period. Whether if he had his gun in his hand in the hallway and they would have bust, let's say he didn't shoot a shot and they would have seen him with his gun in his hand in his hallway, you don't think they shooting?
Of course they will.
Yeah, so whether he let a shot off or not, he's
but
protecting
how do we
his
change
queen.
that? But that's the thing. How do we change that?
We gotta change it, though.
Go ahead, caller. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How you?
Good. First off, I just want to say rest in peace, Breonna Taylor.
Okay.
I'm law enforcement up in New York State.
Okay.
And I think a big issue with this whole Breonna Taylor situation is a lot of people started having their opinion before the facts started to roll in. So now that the facts are starting to roll in a little more, I think it changes the situation a little bit. Like a few of the other callers had mentioned about the guy, the boyfriend, shooting first. I mean, we all know that to be a fact.
Okay.
I think people need to put themselves into the police, just like they're doing the boyfriend, which I don't think he did anything wrong personally. You know?
Right.
He had that firearm legally. He was protecting his house, protecting himself, protecting his girlfriend. Nothing wrong with that. But on the flip side of it, what are the police supposed to do when they're being fired upon? You know what I mean?
I personally think that, and thank you for that. Thank you for being who you were created and destined to be first before the uniform. So I think that because he only fired one shot, so I think that police should be trained to know when to fire. So he fired one shot, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to bypass the fact that everything else was illegal that they did prior to getting to the home. So he fired one shot. Let me finish.
That one shot. Yep.
Let me finish. So he fired one shot. Not one officer was injured or hit by that one shot.
No, he got hit in his leg.
He got hit in his leg. Okay, so he was hit in his leg. Mm-hmm. So why aren't officers trained then to say, because after he was hit, this is the police, and make sure that it's said. And then now if there continues to be fire, then by all means, it's every man for himself. I think that the way police officers are trained, and I'm saying police officers, but I'm going to not include you because I just have the feeling that you're not that type of cop. I think that they're too quick to be trained to take a life of another human being. Too quickly, a lot of things happen where, especially black men and women, are murdered, and white people get to walk by. Like we saw the young man, the boy, he walked by with the AK or whatever he was holding and just walked by like that was okay. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of officers don't have any concern or value for a black man or woman's life. Number one. Number two, they are not effectively trained on how to de-escalate situations. I think with effective training, this situation could have been de-escalated and Breonna Taylor would be alive today. I think with different training, different mindset, Breonna would be alive to tell her story today.
I do get where you're coming from, though, because if I was a cop and somebody fired at me, I'm definitely letting that thing fly. So I do get that, but in this, at the same time, is like, just erase Breonna Taylor's situation, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to it because they should have been locked up for murder. My own personal opinion on it, but just period. We just never get justice, bro, and it's just period. Like it ain't even. All right, Breonna Taylor. Let's say her boyfriend was like. I agree with you. I feel like he wasn't wrong. He had the gun that he had was legal. Somebody's banging on his door. Like I said, 12 people said that they didn't hear it. One said that they did. I'm rolling with the 12 because they didn't say, yo, I ain't talking to the cops. They said, nah, I didn't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so,
but I agree. I would probably roll with the 12 myself too. But me being on the other side of the door, I'm not going anywhere without saying who I am. Because that can happen. Just like you getting shot at. I mean, that can happen any door you just kick in and go in. As soon as that door gets kicked in, I'm screaming, police, police, in hopes that does not happen.
Because at least you feel, because whatever happens after that, you know that you've done your due diligence to announce who you are. I could dig that. But the thing is, I'm gonna, like you said, we're gonna go with the 12. They did not announce who they were. So he, by all means, was going to protect his household. By all means.
And I have a question.
Yeah, yep.
No, go ahead. What are you going to say? Because I have a question.
I was just going to say, I also heard, like Rob mentioned, that the boyfriend did say or admit that he heard them yell out police and did not.
He didn't believe him. He didn't believe it was cops.
I'm about to pull that up. I want to see that.
He thought it was Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
The one who
that was in jail already.
This investigation happened.
The one that was in jail already.
How would he know that?
How would he know what the ex was in jail?
Because so were they thinking that he possibly had gotten out?
He could have been popping up.
Yeah, he could have got out on bond. Definitely.
I'm about to see right now.
So here's my question. I think I will ask you the same question that the other officer when he first started asking us about to define murder. So based on what you know about the law, like where would you fit this? Like what charge would this fall under, or would it fall underneath a charge at all?
To be honest, I believe the one officer who got charged with, I don't even know what charge he got charged with, but some bullshit charge. He should be charged. He should be charged with some type of neglect, and I mean,
so it wouldn't be murder.
No, I wouldn't be murder.
I think he should be locked up for murder, but that's
do
my
you
own
think?
personal thing.
Do you think that? No, I definitely agree. He need to go to jail for murder.
There's no way he should have fired his weapon without anything in sight. He shot blind, and
let's
so
just
let
go
me
by.
ask you this question. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
As a black man, I'm gonna assume by.
Are you black or white?
He's black.
Nope, I'm white.
Okay.
You white?
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you that too.
Ooh, how you know? Boy, who your friends?
You can.
You've been. I swear, I thought he was black this whole time. See, I'm judging you. Don't even know what you look like, but you hang with black people, and you know you do. You've been eating some collard greens and macaroni and cheese.
I got a question.
But so my question for you is, if Breonna Taylor was a white woman, do you think that this would have played out differently?
It's possible. I mean, I can't say that for sure. I wasn't in the situation, but it's very possible.
Mm-hmm. And do you see where we're coming from when we and I'm just saying like the discussion.
1,000%, 1,000%. But I also
like
try
him.
to. You gotta. It's a case by case situation. I think a lot of other times where officers got off, they shouldn't have got off. You know what I mean? Like they said to Mr. Castro. I mean that was murder. And just with this Breonna Taylor situation, I don't see it that way.
But you definitely think that he should have been charged with something to do with her death.
That third officer, not the other two. No, I don't.
Okay.
Because you got to think too that they're going off of intel from their supervisors, and they feel, listen, this judge signed this warrant. Now they're going in, supposed to be doing their job, which they think is off of good intel.
I'm reading something from NBC News right now.
So could you do me a favor, officer? Do you care to say, you don't want to say your name? You don't want to say who you are?
My name is Kevin.
So Kevin.
Yep.
I typically don't even like white boys named Kevin, but you are all right with me. So Kevin,
what
I think
she's wild racist. Yo.
Yeah.
We have been talking about racism, and she's wild racist.
So Kevin, just do me a favor, because no, honestly, I really like you, Kevin. I do. So in your career, because I want to see you grow old, I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you in jail.
I appreciate that.
Definitely ask about any intel that you, because I think not enough officers question what their superiors are telling them. So if they're sending you into a home, ask questions before you go. And I think you guys should be able to ask questions. So I'm just asking you, the mother in me is just asking you to ask questions. Don't put yourself into a situation blindly. You took an oath to serve and protect, but don't give your life away, whether it be 6 feet under or in prison or all over the news. Don't give your life away. And because now that I know you're Caucasian, I need you to, I'm going to assume you don't need to have the conversation. I'm assuming your family is aware of the conversation. Have the conversation with your peers who need to understand where we come from as a black people.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kevin. I like Kevin.
Kev, thanks so much, man.
Kev, you're so cute.
Can I just say, I think you guys brought up training. I think that's a big issue with what's going on too. I mean, I get a lot of people trying to say defund the police and all this and that, but I think more money needs to be put into training, because I mean, there's plenty of times where you go through the academy at the beginning of your career, you don't see no more training, and you can be on 10, 15, 20 years, and you're all this outdated training, and you don't know what's going on.
Kev, we gonna grab this call. Thanks, man.
All right, Kevin. Nice talking to you.
Guys.
All right.
Good night.
It's the Raw Report. Talk to us.
Now, before we start talking about the raid, let's talk about the incidences prior to her house being raided. Right?
Okay.
So her now boyfriend believes that it was her ex-boyfriend who was coming to the house, correct? Or am I wrong?
Okay.
So if that's the case, if her new boyfriend thought it was her ex-boyfriend who was at the house and didn't know it was the police, who assumed it was the boyfriend that was in jail, whatever the case may be, let's put ourselves in their shoes, right? So if I'm a guy fucking with a girl and I know her ex-nigga, the hottest nigga in the block, whatever, singing all the drugs, got all the guns, whatever, he could, make a call, have something done to me, whatever. Of course I'm going to be on my P's and Q's. But what does that say about Breonna? That the men she dates are no good-ass niggas that put her in predicaments like this. Because one, if you have a guy in jail and he's beefing with your current boyfriend, one, that's drama right there. Two, you already know they're beefing. So now you got your current boyfriend on stand guard and he's scared. That's why he shot at the police, not thinking it was him. Why? Because he thinks he already got beef in the streets. So if you were a smart female, you wouldn't even want to deal with a guy like that, or even guys that are beefing over you. See, that's the problem. Girls think that shit is cute. They think having a nigga in jail is cute. They think having guys beef over them is cute. Because media wants us to think that. They want us to think, oh, my boyfriend in jail, he doing this, he doing that, and I got a nigga over here. Like, no. Like, let's talk about the incidences prior to her house being raided. So she already had some shit going on with her ex-boyfriend, why the police have her in the investigation. Now, me personally, I done been in raids.
Right.
I done been to jail. I had my handcuffs. I've been in multiple raids, actually, and not once nobody got shot. You want to know why? Because we all know that not when it's the police. You know the difference. And it's not even that it's the sound, it's your fucking intuition. When you know you doing some shit,
but this boyfriend, the boyfriend that was her current boyfriend was not involved in any of these activities.
He don't have to be, but that's the problem. She was already previously in some shit. That's what I'm saying. So he's going into this relationship, bringing on her baggage when she should never even had that baggage to begin with.
Do you deal with niggas in the street?
No, I did.
This girl talks.
I did. I damn sure did. And I spent 2 years of my life in jail because of the nigga I was dealing with. And I done changed my life around, cleared my record, X, Y, and Z. And you know why I'm talking like this? Because I lived from it. I experienced it. So if y'all haven't experienced this shit, y'all can't really talk about, her mentality. Because guess what? When I was younger, that was my mentality. I thought it was cute to have a thug-ass boyfriend
who was talking about her mentality. All right, I ain't got
that's her. If she dates men like that, that's her mentality. Because a real woman isn't going to want a street nigga. No, they're going to want somebody that's doing shit for themselves.
I need a thug in the street. No, I'm only kidding. I just had to say it.
So, let's be serious. Like, you women up there, I'm pretty sure, you date decent men who got jobs, who stay out of drama. She wasn't like that. And I know she wasn't like that because she didn't just have one. She had 2 men in her life that was about that life.
Now, do you think that was
what 2 men did she have that was about that
life?
No,
you gotta let them people have the right.
Talking about some bullshit right now.
But it's her bullshit.
But do you think that
what does that have to do with her current boyfriend?
Do you think Breonna dying was her fault?
I'll give it about 50%. Yes.
Okay.
Have a good night, honey. Thank you for calling.
No, we can't. I mean,
that's the problem because you're so closed-minded. You don't want to see nothing.
Oh no, I'm not closed-minded. I just
you are.
No, we do. We have somebody calling.
Anytime another black person has a different opinion, y'all call them a coon or X, Y, and Z.
I didn't call you a coon.
No, I know, not me, but I'm just saying in general. In general, I've seen it done multiple times to multiple different black people. If everybody has a problem with how the community is ran, take some political science classes. Go to college. Go work for the fucking Senate to change our community. You don't wait for something to happen and be mad. No, do that shit ourselves. We got millions of fucking intelligent black people that don't fucking use their brain because we're brainwashed by media to sell drugs. We're brainwashed by media to sit on the fucking block.
We're brainwashed by media for the news to throw out some shit and we believe it.
Huh?
We brainwashed by the media for the news to throw some shit out and we believe it. Like how you don't even know the girl. You talking about some, for a fact that she fucked with no good niggas. Like you're talking about TikTok. We're talking about Breonna Taylor. You just said that Breonna Taylor was fucking with no good niggas because of whatever you read or whatever you seen on the news. You don't know her personally. You probably from New Haven. You said that. All right, so you're not from Kentucky. You said you know Breonna. You know for a fact that she fucked with no good ass niggas. How you know for a fact?
Have you ever been to jail?
How do you know for a fact that she fucked with no good niggas? How do you know for a fact that this woman that's dead and gone fucked with no good niggas? Do you know her ex-boyfriend? Do you know her current boyfriend? Do you know her? So how do you know?
But listen, hold up. But she.
If I have a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend, mind you, if I have an ex-boyfriend and they'll call me, if my new nigga sitting right next to me, and he thinks it's my ex-boyfriend that's out for him, obviously she got herself.
Well, how do you know that? He was out for him. How do you know that? Nobody said that.
How do you know that? How do you know that? What source told you this?
How do I know that? The new boyfriend just said.
What source told you this? And what source did you see
you
that?
Gotta let her answer the question.
No, she said her new boyfriend. The new boyfriend's not a. He's not. What news channel did he say this to? What's the source that he said this to?
Your father even agreed to that. He said that.
And I asked my father, "Where's the source?"
I saw it on TatumReport.com.
I saw it on videos.
And Tatum Report, the YouTube nigga had a.
Yes, I can't take it. I thought I was ghetto.
What?
Like how we don't even know her, bro.
Controversy
Listen,
is
it
what
doesn't matter
sells
if I
people
know
here.
her. I'm a fucking woman, and I dealt with street niggas. So don't tell me about a woman's mentality.
You got
I'm a
it.
woman
You got
who
it.
had that
Absolutely,
You're
you got
winning,
it.
boo.
She deal with street
So let
niggas
me tell you
for a
as
fact.
woman, let me
For a
tell you
fact.
I'm older now, but let me tell you how I was as a young woman. I
I
had
don't
a nigga in jail that
care.
was threatening by new niggas. So you're not even listening. That's your problem. Y'all just
No,
want
we
to
listened
over
enough to you. It's over.
But
We listened enough.
I want to listen. I want to hear what you're saying. Go for it.
They're talking in circles. So let me get back to what I was saying. If you
Son.
got your ex-boyfriend
This is
and
what
he
I'm
was in
saying.
some shit,
I need to
he's
control
already
phone.
getting investigated. I get into a
You
new
gotta let people
relationship
talk.
with the same baggage from my old relationship. Now the new boyfriend is saying, "Oh,
So if
I
you're
know
so if you're a man, if you're a jailbird, right? I don't know how Kentucky runs, but he had a licensed gun, right? So if he was in the
It
streets or
doesn't matter,
had a
but
record or
did he-
anything, could he still get a licensed gun?
Did
Depending on his
he-
age,
but
right?
did he not-
So how do we know he was in the
did
streets
or
like that
did
then?
he not say he thought it was the ex-boyfriend? So what does that tell
Where's
you?
your source? Could you tell me what source you taking
I
this
don't
from?
think you're-
Listen, I said where I heard my source. I
Where?
read it on multiple articles.
Where's the
I saw
articles, though?
few videos on YouTube.
If you tell me an article, I'll search it right now for you.
Candace Owens just reiterated it.
You talking about
But
Candace
listen,
Owens? Are you
God.
serious?
Now you gotta go.
Listen,
Oh my god.
Candace
son.
Owens.
I'm
Candace
listening.
think-
I am
Candace
listening.
think you ain't shit. Candace think that you.
I don't gotta be shit. I don't care what your opinion about me is.
No. I didn't say Stella. I said Candace.
I just want to know the sources
thinks
and if they're credible or not.
that you're a piece of shit. I didn't say I think that you're a piece of shit.
I feel like Candace Owens is not a credible source. She talks
What
bad about black
you
people
think
all the
your
time.
sources are more credible than somebody else's.
I'm just asking you.
Right,
So you think so? When Candace Owens put something out, that's just the Bible toward whatever situation happened.
It's not. I do my own research before I talk.
And so multiple research.
So listen. Why y'all just
But you're saying you're doing research, so we're just trying to understand what research.
Let her
Let her
finish her
talk for you,
thought. So
Let her talk for you.
This is my opinion. That's y'all too. Y'all attack people too much. And
We
that's
asking
why
you
people get
questions.
so angry because we can't even have a civil conversation.
We asking a
I
question.
am listening. I am
Angry tonight.
listening. I am
No,
listening.
so
I'm gonna be honest with you. In the
I know
beginning, you said a bunch of bubblegum bullshit.
No, it's not. It's reality, and it happens every fucking day. Actually,
See, we're mad, but how you say we
Actually,
mad? You
it happens
cursing and
every
doing.
day. So like I was saying, if Breonna was dating her ex-boyfriend, he was already caught up in some shit, which they was already being investigated for. My nigga in jail, whatever. Oh, I'm about to go get me a little side nigga, blah blah blah. Now my old nigga beefing with my side nigga.
God, where do you find these
Why her
people?
new boyfriend?
just
Why
call
her
him.
new boyfriend thought it was the ex because they already are having some type of beef between them. Otherwise, he would never thought it was the ex-boyfriend. Why would he assume that it was the ex-boyfriend and not the police? Oh, because she's already in some shit that she's probably not telling him about. It doesn't matter if his gun was registered or not. I can have a registered gun, and if I know a motherfucker got beef with me, of course I'm going to keep it.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think you could get a registered gun if you have a record.
Listen, so if he shot at the police
Right or wrong?
thinking it was the
All right,
ex-boyfriend,
then.
it's her fault because she should have never put herself and that other man in a position to where he would have to shoot at somebody over her or whatever the fuck the case may
I
be.
think the thing
So
is,
let's get,
I'm sorry.
ahead, sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you. I think
No,
Yes, you did.
one of the things that you said when in the midst of everything that you've said is that we all see things differently, right? We have different views of this whole story, right? So you're speaking on it by your experience, right?
not even my experience, but this is like real life.
No, this
Right,
is
no,
Breonna
I'm
Taylor.
saying
No.
no.
No,
You
Breonna
said,
Taylor
you
was caught
did
up in
use
this.
you did say
No, her boyfriend is this is her boyfriend.
But-
She fuck with no
but
good
listen-
niggas.
What?
No, I was saying that Breonna Taylor fuck with no good niggas. I was just saying what you know.
Yeah, but if you got a boyfriend in jail already getting investigated and indicted, you already know that nigga ain't shit.
Right.
So anybody
that's what
investigated
the
and
real
indicted is not
things
shit?
that you're not supposed to
Nope.
get into.
Ain't shit at all.
So people who are investigated
Her new
and
boyfriend ain't
indicted,
shit. She ain't shit. And the ex-boyfriend ain't shit.
No, what?
Bullshit. If
Let her tell it.
And I know my ex is being
I agree.
investigated and some legal shit is going on. I'm not bringing my new nigga into that. Hell fucking no. Why should he have to be a part of whatever the fuck?
So
I'm
can
going
you can't get a new nigga now because you dealt with niggas like that already. So
This
you
is
can't get a
Ife's
new
fault.
nigga now, right?
through? What?
So because you said that she bought that baggage. So if you ever dealt with a nigga like this, because I'm just saying what you're saying. You said nigga, so you can't bring your new nigga around, right? Because you've dealt with niggas.
Look
like
how y'all
this
talk
in the
about
past.
the black man. Like, y'all think y'all gonna have any type? Whatever. That's a different conversation
I'm just
for another
asking.
day.
All right, we're gonna grab this other caller, right?
Lottie, I did it in the past during the past, and that's just it. That's how it's supposed
That's
to
how
be.
Breonna Taylor
He had
felt
that-
too. Nice
and
talking
it
to you,
came
honey.
from nowhere.
Thanks for
Stay
calling.
tuned in.
Let's
Have
clap
a
it
good
up
night.
for her.
Bye bye.
Yo, it's the Raw Report. Talk to us.
Rob,
Yes.
this is Kiana again. Listen, I'm
Okay.
gonna go. Listen, I think I don't know if Isis want to hear, but listen, what she was kind of saying it wrong. I think what
Hey,
she
Key.
was, hey y'all, what I was trying to say earlier. Brianna was not a saint. Brianna,
None of us are.
I said Brianna. I gotta say her last name.
None of us are.
Okay. Oh, after you said none of us are. Yeah, me neither. But what I'm saying is, so let's make sure that she got to have accountability. Her
That's a bunch of
ex-boyfriend,
bullshit.
the one that was in jail, and Brianna was part of it because I was part of it. I was.
This is
all
who you
in it.
raised.
Lord have mercy. Come on. I know your father is the owner of the show, but come on, let's be.
No. I had nothing to do with it. I just pushed the buttons here and go get the
I'm
waters.
just saying, like I'm being real.
All I said was
calm,
this is who he raised. I didn't even. You can still
I'm
talk.
just saying, just let me speak my shit.
You
So
speaking your
everybody
shit
else
though.
can
Like, get your shit
okay,
off.
all I'm saying
Yeah.
is you gotta have some accountability.
He's
Brianna
Ooh.
was down.
Oh yeah, I'm hungry.
Brianna was with the fuck shit. That does not mean she was supposed to die. No. But Brianna, because I done been there. I done hung with the drug dealers. I done moved drugs. I done been in shootouts. All of that. Not every person lives that life. But it's the time to give it up. And it might have been the time with the new boyfriend. She might have left all that shit in the past, but that shit still follows you. You understand what I'm saying? Homegirl messed up when she said the new boyfriend is no good nigga because I agree with you. Am I gonna say it wrong? To what's your name?
Little shouty.
Tiago.
Tiago. Okay, I agree with you because no, just because he has a gun, he has a permit, so he has the right to carry. That does not mean he was a thug. That does not mean any of that. But he knew, because everybody pillow talk, the nigga knew her ex nigga's crazy, this, and that. All I'm saying is Brianna dealing with men that is in street life, not even just street life, but brings enough heat that the police is watching your shit for months or whatever the case may be. They was booming. Okay? Her rental had a whole dead body in that shit. So that means, that's like me, my homeboy's kid, give me a rental. I'm not getting nobody no rental.
I just want to know what the sources are. I never seen none of this.
But this is the thing. Brianna put herself in a predicament that they kicked her door in.
Rob, we have somebody I want you to call.
You can't be having, first of all, you can't be having so much stuff going on that they know where you live, that they on your shit. You could be out here on a block and don't nobody know where the person lives. There's so many weed men back in the day that you ain't know where them niggas lived. You understand what I'm saying? So that means they was doing so much shit and so much careless shit that you got these people watching your shit. So no, she was not the reason that she got killed, but she's the reason that they was at her door. You don't let that shit come to your crib, regardless of who you dating. And we ain't doing that. It's some type of shit. And for me, I got grown. I had a kid. All that, she ain't got no kids. So it doesn't stand for her. But that don't mean nothing. It comes a time and a place where you gotta realize this ain't the life I want. Why? Because the police could be banging on my door. And they down in Kentucky. They ain't just selling crack. Them niggas out there with crystal meth, all types of shit going on. So they shit is moving.
I never know we all lived in Kentucky.
So, but my thing is though, obviously her mother was awarded $12 million. So someone somewhere knew that somebody fucked up.
Yes, what it is they. You know why I think that money came? Because they wanted to simmer shit down.
Oh, they ain't nothing simmer down. They
wanted to simmer shit down.
They gonna burn it down.
You understand? They wanted the Black lives and all of us to, because mind you, I didn't even know the mother got the money until the criminal shit. That was.
Well, she just got the money recently. When did she get the money?
But what I'm saying is they didn't broadcast. They didn't put it all out there for the news to know that she went to court and settled that fast. And then once somebody in the comment was like, "Oh, once they throw you a number, you gotta take it as you go." You ain't never had a lawsuit. You don't gotta take that shit right then and there. What are you talking about? My whole point was she should have waited.
No, you can't tell that mother to continue on with a
but
battle.
She's still suffering. It's not like that money made it no better.
It doesn't make it any better. So why should she continue asking for more money? Because
no.
money.
No. I didn't say ask for more money. I said wait.
Why should she have waited though? Who are we
to
tell her to wait? That's one less thing that she now.
No, I'm not saying who are we. What I'm saying is the game. You got to look at it like this. If you take this money, the cracker's gonna say, "Go be happy." No, I make that shit. This ain't gonna bring my baby back. I want these niggas in jail. You feel me? Let's talk about the money.
But the criminal case and the civil case are in two different courts of law. So
what
one
did she
has
get awarded for? What was the point of giving her the money?
They gave her the money because they knew somebody fucked up. That's why they gave her the money. But it was a civil.
No, but they can't put that.
No.
What I'm saying is they can't put that on the paper. We giving you this money because we knew somebody fucked up. What is the actual reason she got that money?
She got the money because her daughter was wrongfully murdered.
Dead? So it was wrongfully death?
Her daughter was wrongfully murdered. That's why she got the money. Unfortunately, in so many instances, there's always instances where people, for instance, remember OJ. So remember what the initial wife, the wife that they try to say that OJ murdered.
He killed her.
So remember, OJ got off on that case, but he still had to. He still had to pay wrongful death. One has nothing to do with the other. OJ didn't get off. OJ didn't get off because he paid the money. OJ got off because Johnny Cochran was his lawyer.
But what I'm saying is that's a good point that you made. Okay, they didn't get him. He walked free, but they got that money. So it's somewhere to make it balanced, even though it ain't right. That's my point.
But her family didn't get the money until after. Her family got the money after the criminal case.
Her case was just 2 days ago.
No. We're talking about the case with OJ and Nicole Brown Simpson. That money was awarded after the criminal case.
But all I'm saying is, and they probably was offered that shit before. And they said, no, we want to see him go to jail.
You could go back and look at the case.
I'm only 33, so this is before my time.
Yeah, you could look back at the case study. There was nothing ever that they were always offered everything he had.
Yo, can we grab this other call? Because they've been calling like crazy.
We have another.
Wait, hold on. I wanted to ask the other. I don't want to say his name wrong, but you know who I'm talking to.
Tiago.
You said at one point when the other guy was on the phone, you said, "I'm not gonna front. If I was a cop and if somebody let off a shot, I'm letting off too." Can you explain that to me?
I'm not a cop, so I'm only gonna go based off a civilian.
No.
If somebody knocks on my door and
no. 5 minutes ago, you said when that other guy was on the phone, you said, "I'm not gonna front."
Let me know when you want me to answer, because I started to answer and get into it, but you cut me off. So go ahead, do your thing.
Oh, my bad, because I thought you didn't hear my question right. Go ahead.
No, I heard you. I was answering it, but you didn't let me. You didn't know that because you was talking.
Oh.
So, if, like I said, I'm a civilian. Like my little cousin just said the same thing in the comments. And I'm not a cop, but I've said if I was a cop and somebody did shoot at me first, I am gonna retaliate back.
When you say that, are you saying that as if you were a cop, or if you were just saying that?
No, if I was a cop and somebody shot, yeah, I'm shooting.
So that was my question.
But from what it looked like in this case, it looked like they ain't had no business being there in the first place.
Okay, that's not neither here nor there. What I'm talking about is my whole point was the boyfriend, like your father said, he was what you say? He was the cause. It was the reaction.
The action to the reaction.
Exactly. That was my whole. He's the reason Breonna's dead. We gotta say that. And then you said it. You said if I was a cop and somebody let off first, I'm letting back. These cops, whether they're black, white, Puerto Rican, they got kids and family to go home too. So, and then somebody was like, well, if they let off one shot, I think Nicole said, if they let off one shot, then we need to take a moment and ask questions. No, when you pull out the blicky, it's either you ready to die or you ready to kill him.
Blicky, that's old. Can we grab this other call? Because they've been calling like crazy.
All right, yep,
all
good
right,
night.
all right. Yo, it's the Raw Report. Thank you for being patient. You've called multiple times. Talk that talk, please.
Am I online?
Yes, you are, but you got to turn down whatever's in the background because you're going to get confused. It's like the radio.
Okay. Can you all hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, my name is, I'm pretty sure everybody knows, but my name is Brandy Zachary, and I just want to say that, first of all, I am completely shaken and my blood is boiling. I don't know the guests who have been on before, but I will say that the majority of them only justify and pacify. Black people are the only culture that does not stick together. A white person can do the absolute wrong thing in the whole wide world, and everybody from murderers, thieves, everybody is sticking together because they want to get him off. With that being said, we already know Breonna's not a saint. We dissect the whole thing. At the end of the day, the police enter into the home, and the boy, her boyfriend, not the ex, but her boyfriend, had the right to carry a gun. And if I'm in a frantic or anything like that, if my boyfriend's in a frantic and doesn't know who's coming in the house, I'm not looking out no window. I'm not, oh, who is this? I'm not doing any of that. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Oh, I ain't hear that one in a long time. That's a good one. I like that.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? The fact is, and then when they gave her family, her mother, the $12 million settlement, like you said, I don't know who you are with the headband, like you said, that was hush money. That was for somebody because they wrongfully murdered that.
Oh, no. I don't think that it was hush money. I think that
I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't mean to say that.
Mm-hmm.
They wrongfully murdered her.
Mm-hmm.
Why else would they be trying to give the family some money if they know that they did not do anything wrong? Why would Breonna and her boyfriend be hiding? What would be the point?
Mm-hmm.
And then these other people, y'all asking them questions and they don't answer the questions, and they keep dancing like the boy said. They keep dancing around the questions and nobody's answering that. I'm not mad with any policemen because they hide behind the police badge. I'm not mad. That's what they're trained to do. That's what they're supposed to do. But as everybody has said up there, come on, human decency. I don't care what she has done.
Could I say something real fast?
Car to the Timbuktu.
Could I say something real quick?
Yes.
Like everybody say about black people, we don't stick together, right? And I agree with that.
Yes.
But it blows my mind, right?
Right.
That let's say I was to get murdered, God forbid. I don't have no record or nothing. But I can guarantee you they'll pull some shit up.
Right.
And make something seem bad to where everybody in the black community now, we say we don't stick together, be like, nah, they probably right. Because now, first off, it's a white face telling you this shit. So you're going to take it for what it is. That's why Shorty talking about she knew that Breonna don't fuck with no good niggas and all of that. It's like, how do you know this? Because some white person told you that shit on the news and you took it and you ran with it. But like people say, we don't stick together. We don't really get the facts. We only go off of what somebody else said. If you was a saint, if somebody was a saint and we get in any type of trouble, they're going to paint us as being a bad... First off, we're going against cops. So they're going to paint us as being a bad person. But whoever want to keep taking what the news say about whatever, how bad she was and all that shit, do your thing.
And that is why people, I wish none of us will ever have to face a family member being murdered. But I'm here to tell you from experience, when your family member is murdered, you need to cease and make the news stations cease and desist on running articles about if they have any type of criminal record. There is a way to do that, and people need to start doing that.
Every single person that was killed by the cops had a bad report come out about them. Every single one.
Every single one.
Not one yet has been good about. You know what? This was a good person, man. He was killed wrongly. No, not one. Not one.
I know that we can start doing that on a local level here when they say a black person killed another person. You can definitely.
Not one. But black people takes that shit and run with it.
They do.
And like I said, do your thing. It just shows
And I
self
just
hate.
want
That's
to
all.
say, and I just want to say also, I want to discuss the fact between police brutality and black on black crime. Should people die? Should people of color die due to the same race? No, that has nothing to do with it. That right there should never happen. But there's a difference. We want justice on both. If a black on black, if I murder you guys today, I will probably face life and then some in prison. But a policeman can do something wrong and he gets off scot free. It should be equally. It should be equal. That's all I'm just saying. My blood is boiling right now because I cannot believe the statements or the facts or their opinions that they're saying right now. And I took notes on what to say, but I'm just so angry. I don't need anyone to agree with me. I don't need anyone to sit up here and pat me on the back and say, "Oh, Brandy, you did a good job." Listen to the facts. Have some human decency. Step away from the police badge. Step away from what you think, and stop saying, "Oh, this is what happened because of this, because she was effing she f with some hood niggas and all this other stuff." That has nothing to do with nothing. And for the people in the comments talking about, "Oh, because Breonna wasn't no state," I don't give a freak.
You can say fuck up here. You can say fuck. You can say fuck if you want.
No, I'm trying to control my language because I'm pissed.
Let it out, sis.
So why would they give the family $12 million if they didn't believe that he was doing anything?
You know what else is scary though? The fact that most of these people that call up and talk this shit, like the reason I don't know Breonna Taylor, but the reason why I took it personal is because I got 2 daughters I got to raise. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And for the most, like I said, let's erase the Breonna Taylor situation. Let's just talk about the black lives in general. We all get painted as bad if the cops kill us in any type of way. And I gotta go explain. I got 2 12-year-old boys in the crib. Like I said, my girl's son is black. My son is black and Hispanic. I gotta go explain certain shit to them. I got two little girls I gotta raise in America. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I take shit to the heart. I mean, we just gotta like people say, we gotta stick together and stop believing everything we see on the fucking internet, man.
But
stop that shit.
But basically, what we're doing everyone is doing inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. We're taking, we're all taking what it is based on what we've seen, whether it's through media, whether it's through articles, whether it's through hearsay, and we are forming our opinion or our conclusions from that. And and we all are within our rights to doing so. We really are.
Like you said, I hear what you're saying. At the same time, I just do not agree with it. At the same in the same stance, in the same moment, you cannot. You're not warranted to do so. You're not warranted to do so. You're not warranted to come in somebody's house. You and the person on the receiving end, they don't know how they're going to react. People was up there talking about, "I've been enraged." That's you. You handled that in your way. You don't know how he would have handled that.
I agree with you.
His first reaction was, "Let me get my gun that I have the right to bear." That's in our Constitution, right? I have the right to bear, and let me protect my home, my girl, and whatever. I do not care. I do not care. You guys, they went inside that house for a purpose, not for, "Oh, we're gonna catch drugs, we're gonna do this, do that." They went inside to murder somebody, and that's just it.
Not for nothing.
These comments are out of control. These people that have been calling.
But you gotta understand, and I think this is where we get.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm just pissed.
And that's okay.
And rightfully so. You're rightfully so to have those emotions. But again, I'm going back to inductive and deductive reasoning. We're all taking based on whatever evidence or facts that have been shown, and we've all is formulating an opinion about it. And nobody is wrong, but we all have at this point we gotta at some point agree to disagree. And like you said, this is where we begin as a group of people in working together, still looking at our views as much as they may be different, but at the same time still coming together at some point. It was wrong. Bottom line, no matter how we want to slice the bread, it was wrong for this woman to die. Period. It was wrong.
Period. But do you agree with the fact that when a white person does something, the culture of them, they all get together and they all unify
Yeah,
together.
I totally agree with you.
So now all of a sudden, Breonna dies, or I'm a black woman, so that.
But it's a disease.
Case, I'm a black woman, and they can do anything they want to
Listen.
me. Now all of a sudden, when I was 18 years old, I got caught shoplifting and what Marshall. Now all of a sudden, well, she was shoplifting at Marshall, so 50%. She caused her own death. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, but unfortunately, that's the sickness of black people. Until I don't know what it's going to take to change that. I just know at some point, if we don't get it together, then we will definitely perish. At some point,
if
we're
we
going
don't
to.
get it together, we're going to be right back in slavery, and that's another thing that I'm out and I'm getting off this phone. We all are sitting up here. We all got different opinions. We all have different narratives that we want to believe. But if we don't get out here and demonstrate and use our freedom to vote, things will never change. It's only going to get worse.
Thank you, dear.
All right.
All right, Rob, you ready for this phone number?
Yes.
I'm not mad at other people's opinion. It should just frustrate.
This
me,
is
you know what I'm saying?
spicy.
It's very
Like
frustrating.
it's just.
It
like I
is.
said, if like that, for example, and I
Right.
don't mean to put this on you because of course I never want this to happen. But let's say you was to get in some trouble with a
That's
cop
the
and they
number.
was to kill you and you did everything the right way. They'll find some shit. The fact that you did 10 years in jail, they'll find that and paint that. Even though you was clean cut when you got out,
Even though you be cooning.
they're still gonna say, but this happened.
Right. Oh yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah.
paint you as that.
Turn whatever you have down in the background. Turn
Come
that
on, man,
down.
you gotta stop just believing anything we hear. bro.
Hello?
Go ahead. Turn that down in the background so you don't get confused.
Okay.
Yes.
My thing is, all this talk is all good, but what are you going to do about it?
We gotta vote.
Good question.
That's
gotta
the
vote.
thing. You got to vote. Donald Trump now has put in all these circuit judges and these district court judges in. And if anybody hasn't
Donald
watched
Trump
Roland
is
Martin for today, watch it. What happens is your cousin, your brother, whoever, who is in court, who's in jail right now, they found out they did something twisted, the police, to get him locked up. Then what's going to happen is you bring that stuff to court and whatnot, and you go to the federal courts, they have all these Republican judges in there, your shit's going to get thrown out.
Yeah, you're right.
Like the judges, that's right there, the judges, right? All you people that are on social programs, you don't want to vote. Well, Donald Trump's about to bring all that shit to an end come November 3rd if he gets reelected again. There's going to be no Medicaid, no Social Security, food stamps, all that stuff, say goodbye. He's already given women hysterectomies, the ones that they have in that in the
concentration camps.
Yeah, so he's doing that to the immigrant. See, those people in those concentration camps, those are test cases because we're all going to be next. So people need to get off their ass, stop bitching and complaining, because if you could sit and listen to Tidal and watch YouTube and get on TikTok, you could take your ass down there and vote.
We have to do more than vote. I definitely agree. We do have to get out and vote, but we certainly have to do more.
Yeah,
than
but
vote.
we got to be careful. We got to look at the whole.
Yeah, because that was a black man that just made that decision.
Of voting, because it's not
Let's
just
keep
the
that in mind.
president that we need to be changing. We need to be changing.
I know you got to
the
change
House,
everything,
right?
But we got to get out there and vote. And as black people, we got to get informed in what's going on and not just vote for somebody black. Look at them people down there that voted for that guy Cameron.
Yeah, that's what I
he's a
said.
black dude. He's also a Republican, so he don't give two fucks about us. He don't care nothing about black people. Now they're all screwed. When those people in Kentucky should have voted and got Charles Booker in down there, instead they got in that Amy McGrath. She's not going to beat Mitch McConnell down there. We need to get him out of there. He's one of the main ones. We got to get the president. We got to get the Senate. We got to get all that.
The House of Representatives, yes.
Yeah, and we got to keep on voting. Like when Obama came in, we voted for Obama. Then everybody said we're good. No, you have to keep going back every time
2
we
years.
have an election.
Right.
Every year, even here in New Haven for the mayor, we got to vote every single time there's there's an election. Get out there and vote. Fuck getting the Jordans. Fuck getting all the other stuff. Get out there and vote. Your life depends on it. That's the bottom line.
Thank you,
But
dear.
y'all doing some good work here. Thank you so much.
Thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for calling.
Thank you for calling. You have a good night. Nice talking to you.
Same thing. Bye bye.
Bye.
She was.
All right, I'm gonna call. You said call this number, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
she was a nice caller.
Okay. Let me see.
Cause I like that from me.
That's fine.
Everything that I'm going based off is shit that was in the court. 12 people saying that they ain't hearing one person.
Who else we calling? One of your
Everybody else
friends?
is
One of your buddies?
This is
some
Ant.
bullshit.
Anthony?
Uh-huh.
So Anthony, this is the second time we've done this for Anthony. Does he have the options of
He
calling?
was calling, but
Oh, he was calling. He wasn't getting. Okay.
Hi, Ant.
What's going on?
What's up? I know you were calling like crazy, so I said, let me call you. What's up?
So let's the woman who called before, those were both good calls, but she was hitting on something. And let's switch it up. I'm not gonna go with no hearsay, opinion, facts that I don't know is facts that I act like. I'm not gonna do that. Why is it taboo for us to legally protect ourselves? Why can't we practice the same rights and have the same amendments as white people do? And we criticize ourselves. Like, we have people in the comments criticizing us or that man for what he did. He basically had his amendment right. Why is that taboo for us? When I see white folks outright threaten police or threaten people, police, anybody, especially, remember, we're Connecticut people. We can't talk about what happens in Kentucky. That's a different world. They tell police, if you come on my yard, I will shoot you. They do shit like that. Why are we so taboo and scary that when a man does it, because he legally had a firearm, so he can't be that bad of a guy, how is it that that's a bad thing from a lot of people? That's why what's fucked up. We have to exist in this white supremacist country. We have to exist in it. So we have to, like me, I'm a person who now I'm going through my proper channel to get my permit because I'm realizing what's going on. Why is that taboo for us? That's why things happen to us like that, like we're prey like that, because we have people, even our own, who look at us and say it's bad. Oh, he must have been some hood nigga or this other shit, or why is somebody knocking? We say the police. You have the right to do that. White folks will show you that. Can anybody answer me that?
Yeah, I was going to answer you. And you already there with it. When we look at when the laws was first created, the whole Constitution, rights and everything, it wasn't about us. It never had us in there.
That's why they tear it down and build it back up.
As we, what did you say?
They need to tear it down, build it back up.
Right. And you know that it never been torn down. It never been rewritten where we were actually a part of that. So anytime that we get anyone into these offices, anybody into these positions, they're not going back and looking at that and changing that. They're not fixated or focused on that. And I think that's what we have to do. We have to start looking into these laws and start to make it change where we become a factor. And until that happens, then that's where the problem is at. That's why.
Man, what I'm saying is that man and her boyfriend, he went into the laws and he got his weapon. In Kentucky is a stand your ground state. That's why I can't be a Connecticut nigga and try to talk about what goes on in Kentucky like I know what's going on. They have laws out there that man was abiding by. If white folks do, when I go to Florida, it's my girlfriend, my ex, she was worked for the sheriff department. She says they know people who tell the white guy on Southwest 114th Street. He tells the cops, "You come on my property, I'm shooting you."
Right.
You don't need a knock. He tells them that, and it's normal for them. And the cops know. You know what? If we go there, we got to call him first. If we got to go over there because a girl got lost on his property, we had to call him to say, "Hey, can you help us out?" Why is that? Why when we do stuff like that, now people looking at us like we deserve what's coming to us? Like it ain't. I'm not saying we. Like that whole 1800s mindset, the mindset is still there. Even though we have the ability to practice these things, we help them out. When we criticize that brother who shot at them cops because he didn't know who was at his door, he's protecting his home in a red state where that's legal. We sit here and act like he's doing something bad.
He
and that's why
absolutely had every right to protect his home.
We can't get ahead. I mean, like, we still stuck on, I mean, not all of us, but all these performative gestures and things like that. We got to affect them with our money. We got to affect them with getting guns. It's just, that's American. We're American, right? Americans, we got to get guns. We got to get guns. It's a capitalist country, so we got to perform. We got to use our money. I mean, voting and shit.
We're not considered Americans. We're not considered Americans.
I mean, but we have the ability to go vote. We have the ability
Well,
to go
we
get
do.
guns, just like that
But
guy
if you
did.
go back and look at, and I think that should be
It's
something that we
2020.
all,
I know what
right.
we go back, but it's 2020.
I understand that, but it
we
never
don't take
changed.
advantage of shit.
Right, it's true, but it never changed. You get what I'm saying? Like the language, the verbiage has never changed. You know, even though we can access certain things, it still wasn't written. The verbiage was still not written where we can really fully exercise those rights. The only thing that we actually have access to is the civil rights, because that's when the civil rights was put into place. It was put
those
into
are just
place
taken away by this president.
Right. He's on the verge. That's what he's working on. But if you think about it, the only rights that we have is to the civil rights. Anything before that, which has not been changed, or the verbiage has not changed, it does not include us. We are not, if you even look at the verbiage, we are not even considered as Americans.
What are we considered as?
I'm looking.
You're not talking about 3/5 compromise.
I'm going to. Oh, well, 2020, it didn't change.
But there are things we could do. I just don't like that when we actually do partake in being American, like that man did in Kentucky. Then we have people with the Connecticut people talking about stuff, bringing up. I don't know why y'all start talking about like boyfriends and hood niggas and all.
That's why I told you I don't get where she was going, bro.
Where did that shit come from?
I tried to dead it, but everybody kept asking her questions.
She called up here. She wanted to call up tonight to get at her old niggas and let them know they wasn't
Whatever,
shit.
I don't know, but listen, when I went through my process and I was getting my permanent stuff, and I went to Wallingford, and I went to that, what is that place? Something Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
When I went there, a reality check was when I went up in that room to take my shooting test, and I saw like the white people come like they were on dates, younger white people, older white people. They came there, they had their guns, like you know how we always reference Jordans. They have guns. So I was just looking at that shit, and I was like, yo, I'm not living in the way I'm supposed to be living in this country. Not that I'm going to go out and kill everybody, but I'm like, these people, we go to Edgewood Park and play ball. These people come to the range with their kids and their dates and they shoot, their wives, and they come and they shoot. They do that, they shoot, and then the laws, they know what the laws are. Like, when you go drive and you go up to the suburbs and you just see how people have to keep the cars with the gun things and all the guns, that's just, it's normal for them. Why is it taboo for us? Why do we have to make up some scenario about some fake hood relationship to water down why that man defended his home?
Listen, I agree with you, bro.
Like, mentally, we're fucked up. Like, we think this Facebook shit is real. We think all that VH1 shit is real.
That's a
fact. We're not living in the right fucking mindset to be in this country in 2020. And I know a lot of things are from back, but I'm just saying, I've been changed through, fuck it. I've been changed mentally more through Trump than fucking Obama. My mentality has changed about what it means to be black in this country. And it pisses me off that when a person defends themselves because they were ambushed by assassins of the state, they were ambushed, and then somebody is trying to make up a reason that maybe it was some relationship shit that her ex nigga and this nigga was that.
Listen, that whole shit, that whole spill was goofy to me. Like,
yeah, she was definitely.
That whole spill was just the goofiest that I've ever heard in my life about something like that.
She was definitely lost and confused, and I don't know what her agenda was. I'm to be honest, I really do not know what her.
She said she
agenda
knew
was.
Breonna fucked with no good niggas. She knew, like.
I was trying to piece like where did that come from? But that's what I'm saying. There's more people that support her. Like I don't know the facts. I'm not gonna front like I know the facts. You can't front like I know the facts. I do know that Kentucky has laws, and that man did abide by his laws. And didn't he get arrested and released?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do nothing because he didn't do anything wrong.
Really? You mean tell me a black man in Kentucky shot at the police and they let him out?
Exactly. So
yeah,
they fucked
really
up.
Did something wrong, right?
Yeah, they fucked up, man. They fucked up.
But
Yo, I wore this.
Focus on that one thing. That's all.
You know what's crazy too, Nicole? I wore this hoodie like this on purpose.
I know you did.
And you heard her say, "Have you ever been locked up?" I never been in jail. I never been in jail. But you would assume that because I came on the show with a hoodie, and I told my dad I was going to do this, just because of that. And I knew somebody was going to do this dumb shit. I knew it was going to happen. But I agree with you, bro. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
No, that's all I want to get.
How wasn't it goofy? What went over? Here he go. What went over our heads about what she said? She said that Breonna Taylor dealt with a bunch of no good niggas. Do we know of every boyfriend that Breonna Taylor had?
I don't know.
Not you. Not you. I'm talking about somebody in the comments. I just happened to look at the comments. I said I wasn't looking at no more comments, but I'm just confused because the caller. Some people are agreeing with that caller and think that what she said was that she was misunderstood. What else was it to understand about her saying that Breonna Taylor messed with a bunch of no good niggas?
Because when we die, especially when a black woman is assaulted or harmed, we find some way to say it must have been her fault.
Anything happened.
Exactly.
Anything.
Unfortunately,
and the sad part is we roll with it.
You're right.
We roll with it.
And the majority agrees with that. And it's painful. It's really sad.
Go search through the comments. A white person is telling you that shit, you take it.
Information. We eat that shit up. We eat up negative news about ourselves.
If my dad come on his show and say some positive shit, nobody take it. But if a white man get on his show and say the same shit he said, they'll take it.
Yeah, right.
Saddest shit in the world. It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
He's a jewel.
It's crazy to me. My dad could come on this shit and say something. I could come on this shit. Any black person could come on this shit and say some shit, and they be like, whatever. That nigga probably fronting. Just like how she was talking. That nigga probably fronting. A white dude come on the same show and say the same exact thing. Oh, I for a fact I know he's right. Like, come on, man. Like, she was talking about how
but
she was.
Like, I'm gonna leave it there because like I said, I don't have facts. I don't know how other people have facts. I'm gonna go look up stuff. I'm like, damn, these people got some information. I'm like, hold up. Is this guy
I got it because I got it because of the shit came out yesterday, so I went to go search it up and all of that. And I seen what's his name, Cameron. Mr. Cameron was talking whatever he was talking about how influencers and everybody that's not from there should like stay in their place because y'all not from here.
Bullshit. Like what are you talking
he's
about?
on his Instagram saying that.
Like we're gonna say something. We're gonna.
I live here. Y'all don't live here.
Talk about it.
Pretty much the influencers, the basketball players, y'all mind your business. Pretty much.
And Anthony,
so the correct. You gotta be. Sometimes that's what I don't know if y'all listen to Star, but he got a show and he said when people from up north talk about what goes on in these places, and he said, "What do y'all know about living down there up north, niggas? We don't. It's different. We are.
It is.
It's one country, but we have so many different.
Listen to this though.
Different mindsets, different. It's just,
that's
listen to this, bro. So a no-knock warrant. You can carry.
Not even labeled.
What is it? No-knock warrant. You can carry and you can stand your ground in Kentucky. Is that not some shit about to pop off sooner or later? Mm-hmm. Like, is that not something that's going to pop off sooner or later?
And Anthony, I looked up and it's the 3/5 like you're saying, and it's also persons. So we're not identified as a being. We're just persons, and it's 3/5 of. Or 60% of.
Well, that was that was for the person with the most slaves to have more influence.
No,
right?
that's in the Constitution. That was just based on.
That's why they wanted to have guns, and I mean it's more other stuff like with the upcoming elections.
Yeah, that was the whole Constitution. You're right, and that's what I'm saying. The verbiage never changed. Even when you try to pull up. It was never changed where we are a peoples or we matter. You get what I'm saying? So even though we may have access because of your local laws, but when it comes down to the whole Constitution, it doesn't matter. Like we're not like that's the reason why we're saying Black Lives Matter, but it doesn't. even written as a being. We're just persons or 3/5.
It needs to change.
And that has to change. The language has to change.
When I called before, I asked the same thing. We either have to go fully into this whole thing with the laws and voting and this and that, or we can completely withdraw, be self-sufficient, take our resources away from this country who drains us dry from it, and then they'll come begging for us.
Exactly.
Like, it's either or. We can't dance in the middle because that shit doesn't. Either way, we don't get nothing. We'll be in the same position we were.
You know what I would hate, man? And
but you know what's sad about that though? Unfortunately, you have too many black people that are materialistic, and so to do something like that it will never happen. Because that's what we're going to need. We're going to need to withdraw.
We got to get on the same page.
Right.
Like, if people felt that the dude was wrong, those people in the comments who felt like the guy in Kentucky was wrong for shooting at the police, I bet you the white folks, they might feel he's wrong. They ain't going to be out here typing that shit in comments. They're going to get behind him because they know that we need those laws to stay in place for us. And we got to start doing that shit too. We can't make him look bad because we feel with our Connecticut mindset that, they said it was the police. Oh, you supposed to expect it's the police. Who else would be like, get the fuck out of it. Like, we got to cut that shit out, and we got to support each other, especially with what's going on with that. So everybody should be behind him. If you have doubt, get behind him because he protected his woman. Because that's what the hell he was doing.
That's a fact.
He's not. You can't go off your rumors. Just go off common sense. And maybe if we get more together, like, and with one, like, people won't fuck with us like that. Because they know they got to fit with the wrath of the whole community. Just like if you fuck with the Asians. Just like if you fuck with gay people, how they all come together. That's why they got so much shit under Obama. They stuck together. They put their money behind shit. That's what happens.
That's what you were saying there, right?
Like,
pretty much.
But y'all, I wanted to enjoy the show. Y'all just, it's a good show tonight. I like this. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Like, I have a career.
But shit, we raising black.
This was
black kids, man. We gotta do better.
This was awesome.
We gotta
but
do better.
I said, and I'll stick to that. Until I think we need to start changing how we feel about one another.
I do agree.
I mean, that's a start, but that's not where we're going to. We're gonna have to be able to fight. We're gonna have to be willing to fight because.
I got black kids.
I'm telling you, like, y'all watch this, right? Y'all
That's a fair mind.
You hear what I'm saying now.
Mm-hmm.
As the closer that we're getting to vote, we're gonna start seeing a whole lot of stuff, and we're gonna have to be prepared for that.
Right.
And will the black men be willing to take that stand? Because we're going to be forced to fight them.
Listen,
we're going to be forced to fight them.
But why are we? Why
we're going to be forced?
I want to do whatever for these.
We're going to be forced to fight them. Watch when November 3rd come, or whenever we're supposed to vote.
They start doing the tricky
shit.
The
fucked up thing is we just asking to be equal out this bitch.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
We shouldn't even have to ask for it.
We asking to be equal.
Rob, we gotta wrap it up.
We asking to be equal.
My leg. I gotta.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to fight them.
Like, we asking to be equal.
We're gonna have to fight them.
Make it be hot, guys.
This was
be equal.
This was amazing. This was really amazing, and everybody came on time tonight.
Listen, if you're angry, don't feel wrong, man. Like, feel how you feel. You're not wrong for feeling the way you feel. If you're black and you angry, you got all rights to be. Because not only Breonna Taylor, we have multiple cases like this.
Yeah, but we got to be angry with ourselves as well.
Yeah, but we're not gonna point the finger at us. We going if we talking about police brutality right now, that's what we're gonna stay on. If Breonna Taylor is not even the case, we can go on other cases where nobody got justice.
That's true. But what are we doing to make that change? That's the thing. We do this Black Lives Matter. We get out there, we march, and without a month later, guess what? It's dead. You don't really see anything where we need to come collect. We need to all come together and shut things down. We just do this, and that's why I'm saying we got to do more than just protesting. We got to, wherever the leaders are at in all of this, we need someone over here for education. We need someone over here for finance. You need someone over here for the economical piece of it. You need the whole, the law piece of it, right? But we all need to be consistent. And we need to stay on this until we get changed. Not just do something 1 month today and then wait till somebody else get killed before we start marching again.
And
that doesn't
is
solve
why,
anything.
That's kind of like why I'm so... Oh, before we go, I have a question, everyone. Does anyone know when the mural on Bassett Street will be completed? The Black Lives Matter mural that's painted on the ground over there? Does anyone care to comment on when that will be completed? Are they going to be working on that this
Have
week
y'all
as
seen
well?
it? Have y'all seen it?
I've
drove over. I haven't stopped and actually got out
I'm
and
going to say
looked
that
at
it
it.
can't possibly be completed.
I work from home,
It's-
so I come over here and go back home. I don't even
Right.
I don't think that it's completed. So I just want to know, does anyone know? If you do know, if you can hit me up and let me know when the second part of that project will be happening.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
a fucking vicious person. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I have a cramp in my leg.
Well,
if you're angry, you're not wrong. Period.
You want to put the Candace Owens book under your leg?
If you're angry, you're not wrong.
Blackout. It's on the New York Times
I'm gonna
bestseller
put
list.
Candace Owens and her book under my foot.
If you're angry, you're not wrong. Black.
Yeah, I mean, you should. I
African-American
think the black women have been treated extremely unfairly.
We've been doing that,
and we've been
way.
programmed to do that. Black
mean-
men. It's cool to try to fuck all the chicks in the hood and all that shit. That shit is cool now. We need to be reprogrammed. And be honest with you, a lot of motherfuckers don't care about
If
no
you
marching
look
and
at
shit.
Pablo, I can't pronounce
Poverty?
his name. No, Pablo. It's a it started out with
Who said they shoot too much on Bassett Street? When the last time somebody got shot on Bassett?
That was the young lady that called in and said
it's called
the Breonna
classical conditioning.
That was her. That was talking.
She
When I was
said
talking about
Candace-
how
she said
had the
Candace for
hood
president.
boyfriends and all that shit.
Zanaya Lee,
Yeah,
was
her-
that you who called in? She said Candace for president and they shoot too much on Bassett Street. When is the last time you heard about somebody getting shot on
You should
Bassett
move
Street?
then. You have that option.
Rob, you are absolutely right.
Let
And
me-
I was
let me-
trying to talk. I was trying
Let me
to
say
go
this
back
to you, Ife.
Pablo.
A lot of people, as long as it's not in their neighborhood, they don't give a fuck. They got awesome jobs, brand new car sitting outside, nice house. As long as it doesn't hit their door, a lot of black people don't give a fuck.
And that's why we have problems. Because we are more,
Carl, who got
we're
shot last week?
reactive. We're not proactive.
Right.
We need to start becoming proactive as a people. And until that happens, we do a lot of this.
Kyle's a Raider fan.
Nobody's going to become
We get mad.
You're a Raiders fan.
We're not going to get proactive because the boss man's calling you in office, giving you a promotion.
Right.
You get to tell the other Negroes what
So-
to do, and they better fucking do it or their ass going to get tossed out
So
of
we
here.
can't have it both ways then. Then we can't have it both ways. So we have to pick a side.
How-
Either we're going to get upset about it
Okay.
and do something different, or we're going to be content in what the white man is giving us and then shut the hell up.
Everybody's content.
Then
I don't like that the fact we
there we
keep
go.
saying it to us, man, when we getting killed by cops.
yeah,
Like,
but
that's a whole.
we
different
got to get
issue.
mad, but we're not getting mad enough. It's
The
only
cops
a
kill us. It's like,
few.
yo, what are we doing for us? Like, that's
Right.
key. Let's stay on topic though.
But that is the
they
topic.
killing us.
But right, and
So
what
why are we
if-
talking about
and
us then?
But then why are we doing something about it? It's
That's a
still
whole
us.
nother discussion for another day. When we need to go and talk about it. That they're killing us.
Okay.
And
but
if we was
talking about
if
them
we was to
killing us,
still come
how
together,
is
we're
that
still gonna
changing
get
it?
killed by the cops.
Okay.
Until the laws change.
Okay.
And they know that they can go to jail for murder
how
if
do
they
you
kill us
think- okay, but-
unarmed and shit like that.
All right. Or if they see that we're tired of their shit and we start fighting back.
Fighting back how?
Whatever it means to make a change. Whatever that means to make
But
a change.
understand what I just said a minute ago. It'll be few and far between because you have people that are comfortable in their lives. They don't give a fuck about fighting back.
Then what do we do?
I was talking today for my job about we should all have a discussion about this shit. I don't give a fuck who feel away about that shit at the job.
I agree.
Ask Lex.
that's why
Ask my
I'm
girl.
working.
I said that shit today.
I felt the same.
I was having that discussion today with my job. I know it's a bunch of white people. Let's
grab this last
conversation.
call and we're going to get on out of here. It's the Raw Report. Talk to us, caller.
Okay, so it's almost past my bedtime. I've been trying to do this and study chemistry because, you know, I'm an RN student right now. I just got my communications degree. Thank you. But I'm on to my second degree. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm just willing to say this. Whether we agree to disagree about Breonna like at the end of the day, if we want change in our community, we have to do that ourselves and not being a community activist or a block watcher. No, we have to tell our kids, go into political science, go into economics, go into all these things that black people are told not to do. Instead of making black people think that the shit that we're supposed to do is geeky, why don't we tell them this is what you're supposed to do instead of, oh, just go be a rapper, go be a basketball player.
Who's telling people that?
Yeah, but the thing is, we can't just tell them. We have to be that example.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
we
that's what I'm
can't.
saying.
We
like be an example, because like I was trying to say earlier, where I got cut
start
off,
off like this.
Where I got cut off at, it doesn't matter how I started off.
Nah, that was bad the way you started off last time. That was crazy. That was goofy.
Because
Now you're on the right track. I like this. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm letting you know that even though y'all may not agree with what I say, like I'm very educated. I already have a bachelor's degree. I'm getting my second one.
I'm proud of you.
What I'm trying to say is you can be street smart and book smart. But the thing I was trying to explain earlier, when I was younger, like all that street shit, I'm too mature for that now. And I was just trying to get an example that Breonna, me and her, we probably could have had the same mentality. That's what I was trying to get at, where we thought shit that, you know, we were into was cool. That's where I was trying to say that, you know, maybe her new boyfriend was trying to protect him and his girl, but he felt like her ex-boyfriend had it out for them, which caused some.
Could I cut you off real fast?
Where did you get that narrative from, though? Where are you getting that he thought that?
And you didn't say probably. You said you know for a fact that she fucked with some no good niggas.
Okay, well, if her ex-boyfriend in jail, to me, he's not a black man anymore.
So
like,
how? All right.
He's
how
not
many
a black man anymore.
How many
because he
people
went
has
to
been
prison.
wrongfully committed in jail that's doing life right now for shit that they didn't do?
So I can
You're
name
smart.
about 4 or 5 people. I can name 4 or 5 people. But
So there we go.
I'm not talking. Let's not get into my personal stuff. Let's just talk about.
No, I'm just saying. Period.
We gotta let her.
Who are you to say?
We
Who are
gotta
you to
let
say
her-
that he did what they
But
said
we
he
have
did?
to let her get it
You
out.
heard this girl.
Y'all, you
Let-
never, like, that's your problem. Y'all always try to talk over somebody. Like
You right. Go ahead. Talk. I'm sorry.
So, like I was saying, her and I could have had the same mentality. That's where I was getting at. And when her current boyfriend said that he thought it was her ex, that means Breonna had baggage.
That does not mean that, though. That does not mean that. When you're using inductive, deductive reasoning, you can.
Let's be logical and realistic about the situation. If I'm dating a guy and I know he has a crazy ass ex-girlfriend, and somebody comes knocking at my door, of course I'm going to think it's the ex-girlfriend because she already said she's going to do X, Y, and Z to me. Or if I know she don't like me, that of course that's where my mindset is going to be. So that's where I believe where the new boyfriend's mindset probably was when he said he thought it was her ex. So therefore, if he was protecting the home, the new boyfriend, if he was protecting the home with his registered gun, he had all the rights. But what I'm saying is he was blinded by everything else.
Let us know when you've acquired that skill. We haven't.
That's what I was saying. And I felt like y'all was trying to cut me off when I was trying to get to that part of the topic that I was trying to portray.
So did she deserve to die because she had baggage?
No, she doesn't deserve to die, but is it partially
No, there is a
yes. Everybody has action, and for every action there is a consequence.
So you're saying that because she in your own terms she messed with a no good nigga, that her consequence is death?
It was her. Listen, I'm not God. I can't tell you that. But what I can say is, if I know I'm dealing with somebody and I know that this person has X, Y, and Z going on, I'm not letting a new person into my life when I have already stuff going on that they
So
don't
again,
know.
I'm going to ask you again because I asked you this the last call. You're not going to get a new nigga, right? Because of your past niggas.
Well, my boyfriend now isn't a nigga. He's a man.
So you brought that man. So you brought that man into your baggage with
I don't have baggage. That's the thing. I don't have baggage.
So why did
deal with people like that?
So you used to deal with people like that, but Breonna Taylor had baggage because quote unquote she dealt with a man that was a no good nigga. Make it make sense.
Did you hear where she was still in contact with him during the jail calls?
How long ago? When were the jail calls, and when did she get into this new relationship?
During the whole investigation, jail calls are tapped. You do know that, right?
So leak him in. Did you hear him?
I don't. Of course, I'm not going to hear him. I'm a civilian just like you. But
So how you did? So
But
so
you
who
can't.
told
You
you
have
that?
this whole narrative like you know these people. That's what we're not understanding. You have a narrative like you know
I feel
them.
like you're getting too emotional, and you're
I'm not emotional.
You're putting yourself into other people's shoes instead of.
No, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
This is the funniest shit
You're
in the
giving
world.
us a narrative, and we're trying to figure out how. Honey, I am not angry. I'm just trying to understand where do you come up with this narrative at.
Okay, read the whole. What do you mean? I told you I read it on multiple sites. I saw it on multiple videos. Like at the end of the day,
That makes it true.
I was just reading NBC a little while ago, and they said that the guy said that he didn't hear them announce themselves. I'll send it to you if you need me to.
Okay. But
they also,
listen,
huh?
I understand they did a no knock warrant and they just bust in the door, whatever. I understand that. My whole thing is, I'm going about this case from beginning to end. So you can't read a book from one page and not know what the hell happened before and base your whole, fucking conclusion off of just 2 pages out of a book. It doesn't work like that.
I think we all are doing that right now.
Life works. Not even my life doesn't work like that. Yours either. So for anybody to say something to me, they don't know my life, and I'll be wrong. It'll be wrong for somebody to judge me, just like it would be wrong for me to judge you. But at the same time, I'm gonna try to know as much of you as possible before I base my decision.
So what do you know about Breonna Taylor besides what media outlets? What do you know about her character? Because you know what her reputation is. You know what the reputation that the news outlets have fed you.
Same thing but the thing is, the news outlets are making her to seem to be an angel, actually, because I rarely see negative things about her.
So where did you learn? So where did you get your negative narrative from about her?
I saw a few videos on YouTube. I read like 2 articles.
Did you just see how you contradicted yourself?
How? How did
I could make a YouTube video.
I'm gonna say this again. It's called
it
inductive and deductive reasoning, right? We are formulating an opinion based on whatever evidence, whatever facts, whatever the story is out there. And so again, nobody is wrong in their own opinion. So I think at some point we have to agree to disagree and say good night.
Good night, baby girl. Have a good night and make sure you study well. We wish you well.
Thank you.
All right.
This is the kind of TV that you guys, we need this kind of shit. We need controversial TV, Love and Hip Hop and all that shit, Black Ink and all that shit, Real Housewives of Atlanta. They make millions of dollars with bullshit. Need shit like this. But again, a lot of black people just don't want to get involved. They make $100,000 a year. They doing well in their job. They got good credit. They got credit cards. They got nice car in the yard, nice house. Kids are doing well in private school. 65-inch screen TVs in every room. They don't want to get involved with the black shit. They just don't.
And then we just deal with the ones who wants to. I mean,
and those are few and far between.
Yeah, listen, it took 5 people to start the civil rights movement. 5.
Okay.
And I think it just have to be where, we just have to figure it out. We have to figure it out. And if having these type of conversation starts the process, then maybe having these conversations will begin the process. But we have to start from somewhere.
I want to figure out how can we demand shit we got to ask for. That's
because again, we was never written as a person as we're not considered as human beings in some of the languages that of the laws that was written before now. You have your constitution piece of it, but then you have your local piece of it. But then when you look at the verbiage, are any one of us looking at the verbiage of this stuff? There's always loopholes. Mm-hmm. And it does. And until we start pressing on that and start looking at that, I don't even know how to begin that. I just know we need to do something different in our voting. And I mean with everything, not just the president vote. We need to start looking at people. And I think we need people who, if this is their forte, they need to be teaching us this. They need to tell us who we should be or how we should come about picking the right person for the job. You know, how do we make that decision?
Let's do this.
And we need that.
Let's do this, right? We sit up on here all the time and talk. How about we start doing this shit ourselves together?
This is right. You're doing it tonight.
You're doing it.
No, I'm saying
You're doing it right now.
How about we, us three and whoever else want to join, get together and figure out how to pass shit and study together.
Oh, we definitely we could do
I
that.
have no problem with that.
Okay,
You're a black man who didn't go to jail, man. Let me hit you with the fake ass audience. You're a black man who didn't go to jail.
Okay, before we go, I want to.
And his dad did 10 years.
Okay, can I read something? I really want to read something because I feel like, just as a mother, period, I feel like there is such a lack of respect for Breonna Taylor's mother, and I don't think that people are understanding. No amount of time or money will bring her daughter back, nor will it make her pain go away. So someone wrote something that I totally agree with, and I really, really want to read it. So it was Shar McFadden, and I'll quote her and say, "I tell you what, I would want criminal charges brought up and a civil suit. If you maim, hurt, or kill my loved one, I wouldn't stop at all. These people are being killed in the streets, are leaving spouses and children too. Why should they suffer from financial hardship because some careless clown decided to shoot their loved ones down? Really, do we get justice in criminal suits? Civil suits force some responsibility on the perpetrators or their organizations. It won't bring your loved ones back neither. Will the person sitting in jail for 100 years, but it all helps. Breonna Taylor's mom can't win. The woman is tired. She hasn't grieved properly. She settled her case, and some are saying it was the conditions of her settlement, and that was a lie. Some are saying that she should have taken it into court and not settle. This woman is damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. She chose to settle out of court. If she didn't, there would have been 2 cases. She could have lost twice. The justice that wasn't given had nothing to do with the family settlement. They presented a case before the grand jury that had nothing to do with Breonna Taylor. So blame the cop who shot her, lied, retracted his story, and got arrested for shooting a damn wall. Blame the Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, for botching the grand jury presentation on purpose. Breonna's lawyers don't get to present for her at a grand jury hearing. Daniel Cameron was that voice for Breonna Taylor. He failed to speak about her, he failed to speak for her, and he failed her. He had more empathy for a wall, a fucking wall. So blame him, her killer, all the cops present that night. The judge that signed the warrant under false pretenses. They failed her, not her family. They've been fighting for her since she took her last breath. Blaming the family is like blaming Breonna for getting killed by the cops. Fuck out of here. And I won't even start with the blatant racism in this case. I felt that with my whole heart, and ever since she posted that, I read that like 50 million times today because it was almost like she was in my head and really was able to articulate exactly what I was thinking as far as people online bashing and dragging her mother. Hey, Bree.
Well, you know they're gonna do that.
Fight for
I mean,
you, baby girl.
I don't. Nobody can tell you like, okay, they're gonna give you $12 million. First of all, you don't know her financial situation. You don't know what she's had to pay out after this happened, and she's not finished grieving. She lost her daughter. I don't give a fuck what she was alleged of doing. Her daughter's gone. She's not coming back. That's just the bottom line. Whether the police did it, whether whoever, she's not coming back. And I don't know that pain, and I don't want to know that pain. I don't ever want to know that pain. I just tell my son that all the time. I don't want to know that pain. But I think that I like to research, and I say now that I will call the police because I tried the other way and that shit failed miserably. And I say this all the time. I was thinking about this shit today, how it affected my kid who's sitting over there. He was a little boy then, and I was in prison. And when I first came home, I was afraid of him. And it's like, the way shit was then, it's worse now. Like there's no respect out here.
And it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
Right. But at what point we're gonna be forced to fight? I'm telling you.
Well, I hope y'all ready.
If you look at the way that we're going right now, we're gonna get put in a position whether we're gonna go back to being enslaved or we're gonna have to fight.
And again, you're gonna have to pick those fighters out Because everybody is comfortable. Everybody's
And
living
then
their
they will
life.
they're comfortable now. And like you said, people don't start doing things until it's knocking at their front door. That's when they want to get involved and make changes. And that's more reactive than being proactive. We have to start doing something different. We as a people, we talk a lot of shit, but when it comes down to us really doing something about it, that's what we fall short at.
Mm-hmm.
And so
people skip the front page till they see their son on one, and now it's too late to talk.
Facts.
So how do we stop the killing of each other?
There's a lot
there's a lot that has to be done.
There's a lot of self-hate.
Self-hate.
There's
yes.
a lot of learned behavior that has to be unlearned. There's an enormous amount of learned behavior that has to be unlearned. There's so much self-hate that has to be turned into love.
And we gotta start from where we have to look at from where we at. A lot of people don't understand how important it is with education. That's the beginning. That is the beginning, is what they're teaching. The whole educational system was not built for us in the beginning. It is part of the programming from schools to prison pipelines. And so we got to start getting in there, especially when it comes down to our kids. Exactly.
The only thing our children learn about being black is about being a slave.
Get them off these damn games. They can have some form of entertainment, but as much as they're playing, they need to be learning. They need to be fed. We need to start, because if you start looking at some of these posts, you see a lot of posts with white people, or you look at documentaries, or you look at different videos, you'll see them. They are training their kids now to fight. They're training their kids how to survive. We're around here. But we gotta stop waiting on them. We gotta start doing it.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, in general, they teach us bullshit in school.
Of course, but
we should know how to do our credit, all that shit. Should be taught in school.
At some point, when we start learning this, we gotta start. We gotta start giving that back. We gotta start. We
definitely gotta teach that in the house too.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, but it should be taught. It should be shoved in their face everywhere.
But again, we gotta come together as a group.
Curriculum.
We gotta come together as a group of there are so many committees when it comes down to the educational system that a parent they get money. The part of their grant money that they get in these districts is about parents participating. There should be a parents at the table of all these committees inside the Board of Education. And there's not. So until we start getting at the table, making our seat at the table, forcing our seat at the table.
How would you get in there, though?
Tell them that you want to be a part.
That's it? That's simple.
That's simple. Go up on nhps.net or wherever district that your kids, and look. You can be a part of. They have to. When they do those grants, they have to show that there's parents' participation. And a lot of times, guess what? When you got a person that works inside the district and also a parent inside the district, who do you think are the people that they're putting on? They're saying that is part of that, right? Because they're not going and doing fact checks. So this is where now we have to be a part. PTOs, whatever parent teacher conference, when it comes down to Title I, there's supposed to be a home and school combat. We're supposed to be a part of the budget in the schools, where the money is supposed to be spending at.
Can I take this last call? Because they've been calling a lot.
We're supposed to be doing
This is the last caller tonight. Go ahead, caller. Turn your radio down in the background, or your phone, or whatever, so you don't get confused. It's like the radio.
All right, sorry, Rob. It's Kiana again. I'm only commenting on the Board of Education.
Jesus Christ, Kiana, you're on a roll tonight, goddammit.
Yeah, listen, because they hit Rob. Remember when I hit you that day about the Board of Education?
Yes.
I told you about my situation and how the Board of Education is failing our kids.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna speak on. Y'all know how they got the No Kid Left Behind?
Yes.
Now that came into play when Obama started.
No,
I know a lot
that
of
was
us
Bush.
my age,
that was Bush. No Kids Left Behind was Bush. Every Child Succeed was Obama. Bush. Yes. No Kid Left Behind is Bush.
Obama, but
no.
Okay. all right, well, either way, I know people my age and a little bit older. A lot of us stayed back. Either we was bad as shit, we wasn't ready, blase this, blase that. I felt that one of my children was not ready to proceed to the next grade. They know me in the board of education because I dealt with bullying, all types of crap. They let a lot of that slide because a lot, and I don't like that because if you notice now that a lot of the little kids, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're killing themselves. You know, they don't really take it serious. If you go to the board of education right now, there are so, and I said it to their face. It is so, and I called them colored. I didn't even say black. It's too many of y'all colored faces in here to continue to let this stuff go down the way it went down. I almost went to jail about a couple times at the Board of Education. So back to what I was saying, I emailed them. I told this is before they send out the letters. They accept people that your kid got the spot. When it was time for her to stay back, they said, "Oh, we didn't approve it."
Oh, sorry.
Why didn't you approve it? She's not ready. They try to make my baby go to the next grade when she wasn't even ready. And I had
Your
to
kid?
go. Yeah, they tried to. So basically, I don't know if you remember, but back in the day when we had old teachers, like they was old as shit, they would tell your parents, your kid is too bad, they're not on
Yeah,
track,
they're not
this,
going.
this, and that.
Yeah, I got those a couple times.
You know what I'm saying? And they will say, I think your kid needs to stay back.
I guess
now,
I wasn't never that bad. I never
the
stayed back.
teachers are, oh, they'll catch up. They'll catch up. And I kept believing it because, all right, you know, it'll work out. They changed the curriculum. They dummied it down for our kids because black people, no, let me say, people with melon, we are powerful. Okay, the system, now that I'm older, I'm seeing how it's set up, that it's really like, when I was in third grade, we was writing 5-paragraph essays. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have the kids do spelling words no more. They don't do 3 times each. They don't do ABC order. They don't write them in a sentence. They don't even have, I got my kids, they're in dictionaries looking up words. So my point is, I told them, you can't make my daughter leave elementary to go to middle school and she's not ready. And I told them people, oh, well, the superintendent is not here. Well, I'm going to sit here until everybody gets off of work at 5 o'clock because I emailed you guys in March. So there's no reason you're going to tell me that you gave the space up because you understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, I do want to come up here and have a talk about the Board of Education, and we do need to go down here as a collective because they get more money for the other kids to come in. They change the curriculum to dummy up our kids. They don't teach them nothing. And they're very much behind in certain aspects of the curriculum. And it's just crazy. When they had that lady come last year and they wanted our kids to walk 10 blocks to all these bus stops, y'all remember that?
I remember.
Hell yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I live in the Ville. They wanted my 9-year-old and my 10-year-old to walk up Dixwell to Bassett to catch the bus, right? I did it for the first 2 days. I walked with them. But as I'm walking, y'all ain't got no fucking crossing guards out here. So you mean to tell me you want my little girls to walk up Dixwell Avenue at 7 o'clock in the morning where everybody's racing to get to work, but you don't have no crossing guards out here? I went there. I almost went to jail. It was mad parents down there going, right? But nobody was going crazy. Like, I went Lucifer on their asses. They had to call security and the police on me. But by the time I started crying and I made my points, my kid's bus stop was on the corner the next day. So I think a lot of people have, like he was saying, they cars is nice, their job is good. Like, they scared to go to jail for certain shit. I wasn't scared that day. I said my piece and my piece made sense, but I just wasn't listening to or hearing that little bullshit that they was telling every parent. Oh, we got no, I went stir fucking crazy. And when I went crazy, they had a bus stop. Then what I did was I wrote letters. I put them in my daughter's book bags. I said, give it to the kids, because it was like 10 other kids that got to walk from around our neighborhood to Bassett, and give it to their mothers. Do you know their mamas? My house was closer. They sent them all to the bus stop on my corner. You know what I'm saying? So we do got to come together, because I hate now that I'm 33 and I'm just starting to see how the system is set up for us people with melon. And I don't want that for my kids. So I agree with y'all when y'all say we got to start it at home, and we really got to train them on how powerful and how they don't want us to be nothing in no type of way. And it just doesn't make sense to me. So I do want to come up
People
there,
really
Bob,
love
when we
drama.
do the show about the Board of Education.
Anytime
Because
you're ready,
it's really
just let me know.
Okay.
That's
Anytime.
part of the problem.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right, good night, y'all. Y'all
Good
better
night.
hang up or I'm gonna call back.
Hey, okay, we're gonna hang up because
All right,
you're
we getting off.
Listen, literally, it was probably about what 80 people in here, 90 people.
It was 90. Yeah.
We started talking about education. Look at the numbers.
Yeah. That's my fucking point. That's my fucking point.
Motherfuckers don't
But
care
see,
about
but that's
love
okay
drama, bro.
because
It's
that
not-
40. No. Let me tell you why. Again, it only took 5 people to start the civil rights movement.
We're talking 50, 60 years ago.
No.
Motherfuckers are living good now.
No, listen. They was living. No,
their
they were,
kids are living.
You had some people that was still living good, as far as what they considered to be good.
I honor you because of your passion. I do, and I always tell you that.
You gotta talk to the ones that are willing to listen and allow those to go out. Each one of us, she have a group of people she speaks to. You have a group of people you speak to. He has a. That's how it starts.
And then they call her ass in the office and say, "Hi, Nicole, have a seat. Put the blue booties on so you don't get dirt on the rug. Look, knock it the fuck off, or you're gone." Nicole has to make a decision.
Well,
do I continue this fight or do I put food on the table? Nicole, knock it.
Ife
Nicole
made the choice of
Listen,
making a fight.
For the record,
So
I
figure out how to
don't
eat.
have no. What she said?
Nicole Huckabee, line 4. Nicole Huckabee, line 4.
You see your badge? On your badge.
What she
No, you're
said,
bad. You're fine.
She
You're
said
fine.
Brianna was messing with niggas that ain't shit. I ain't no shit ass nigga to feed me right now. So
Nicole Huckabee, line 6.
bag, I'm out.
Nicole Huckabee, line 6. No, come on, that's fine.
No, get your belongings. Get your belongings.
Yeah. No. Here's how they do it. Don't go get your belongings. We'll get the shit brought to the door for you. Relax.
Have security escort you out.
And then she wows out, and then get outside. They outside waiting. Huckabee, yes. H is in hotel. U is in Ulysses. C is in cat. K is in kite. A is in apple. B is in boy. Y is in Yahoo. Stand by for Nicole Huckabee. Stand for. I'm gonna put these handcuffs on you, ma'am, for my safety and yours. Okay. Ife, she has to make a decision.
I mean, listen.
She has to make a fucking decision.
You can do both.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
The system has been. The system never loses. The system never loses.
So it's then we have
shout out to my employer right now in case they tuned in.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Let me hit her. See what I'm saying? Hold
Shout
up.
out to my employer in case he tuned in because I know
See
I'm
what I'm
back
saying?
right now.
She cleaned that shit up before she left here, and I agree with her.
So you feel like he telling everybody to stay comfortable?
No, I'm telling everybody is happy being who they are right now. You can call it slavery. I got to get up in the morning and go to the plantation. You getting your ass up and going. Because their options are there. You getting your ass up and going. As I proved my point, Nicole just cleaned it up. Nicole, let me give you a bomb because you cleaned that shit up, and I'm proud of you. Ife, I'm fired. Do you have $500 you can give me to put food on the table for the babies?
So this is where we gotta get our own business.
Come together.
We gotta get our own business.
until we have that, we gotta figure out another
I
way.
mean, it's either we try to figure it out or we just stay where we at and
Like
don't
it.
be upset.
We do have to figure out.
We just gotta figure it out.
Plug me up.
Somebody said owned or be owned.
Yeah, pretty much. Because that's getting ready. I'm telling you, watch. Remember we had this conversation.
So
So
we're
y'all
opening
see-
up a business.
Remember
What kind of
we
business
have this
opening up?
So
conversation.
y'all don't see nothing getting better?
Remember.
Oh, I didn't say that. I don't see anything getting better. It's
She
definitely
said it's gonna
better.
get worse. He said it's gonna get worse. Y'all don't
It's
see it
go-
getting better
you
at all?
don't think it?
I'm asking y'all.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it getting better. I see it remaining how it is because people
It's
are
gonna
comfortable.
get worse.
People are comfortable. If you
It
not
get
in,
worse.
if you not in, if you living out
Worse in
in
which way?
Don't
Educational and
let
stuff like
let
that?
Trump. It's already. It's about right now. It's about wealth than our health. Right now, it's about Don't you see what's going on? Every article that you pull up for the Board of Education is about some money.
So you feel
It's
like
about
around the
money.
whole, around everything is just gonna get worse.
It's
period.
gonna get
it's
worse.
about money around it. They don't
It's
give a
gonna get
fuck if your
worse.
kid catch coronavirus.
They don't
They
care.
don't give a fuck.
Look at what's going on. If you don't think that if Trump is not going to become we about to catch hell? Okay, watch.
I don't. You know what? I don't think.
asking.
I don't think it doesn't matter who's in office.
neither.
Exactly.
Me neither.
Either which way it goes.
Me neither.
Watch what happens. I'm
neither.
just telling you.
Nobody else ain't.
I've seen Hillary pull hot sauce out of her bag. I've seen Joe Biden tell you, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. Yo, this shit ain't got. I don't think this shit got nothing to do with Trump now. I think Trump is one of the funniest motherfuckers I ever seen. I remember back in the 80s and 90s in New York, everybody loved him. Every rapper had him in their fucking song.
Yeah.
I know that we just need to start making the right moves if we are going to.
But
do
real shit.
We
and
need
no jokes
people
aside,
to get into
seriously,
those places, and
we really gotta do something.
We need people supporting. You know, like I would love to go sit on at one of these boards, whether it's Hamden.
You see what this young lady said?
Whether it's New Haven. But I need
You
support.
see what this young lady said? She said, I live deep in Hamden and I'm fighting, so stop coming for us. Then move back to the fucking hood. You live deep in Hamden where it's nice and safe and quiet at night and the fucking birds are chirping in the morning. Go back to where shit get real on a Friday night. You live deep in Hamden. That's self-explanatory.
But why should she have to?
Huh? Deep in Hamden is better than over around the way.
But you can still be anywhere and still
Nicole Huckabee, line 4.
And still help. You can be anywhere and still
Nicole
help.
kinda
If your
quiet.
heart is there to help, you can do that.
I don't blame
Say
her.
that again, Rob. Living where is better than where?
She said, I live deep in Hamden. Why would she have to say that? Because deep in Hamden is like a come up.
No, but you didn't finish reading exactly what she said.
She said, I'm fighting. Okay, fight and move back to motherfucking to the hood
Why?
and fight.
Why?
Why not? What's wrong with the hood that you can't live there?
Nothing.
As opposed to living
There's
deep in Hamden.
Nothing wrong with the neighborhood.
Rent is cheaper too.
Where, in the hood?
Yeah.
Goddamn right it's cheaper in the hood. Motherfuckers, bullets flying by and
So
shit.
why are you living in
Property
Hamden? Why do you live here? Then go take your
Oh, he'll
ass
tell
back
you.
to
He
hood.
happy.
You want me to tell you?
Yes.
The police response time out here is extremely fast. They usually sit across the street over there. There's a lot of equipment in here. I don't have pretty much the neighbors and shit do call the police if the slightest sound of fireworks, dog barking too loud, anything. Cops over here knocking on the door. Hi, just checking in. Oh shit! My next door neighbor gave me an apple pie when I moved in. My neighbor over there came over and introduced themselves. When I was in the hood, niggas was looking at me funny. Black motherfuckers looking at me, who the fuck? What?
So, oh no, I got good neighbors.
Oh, look
shout
at-
out to my neighbors. I don't know if they tuned in.
Man, you can't even walk
I got
outside.
a bomb.
You can't
of
even
neighbors.
walk your black ass outside with a pair of economic sneakers on without the whole town riding you. I love Whitey, man. Give me my fucking Candace Owens book. I feel like reading it right now. Fucking book club.
I'm
Well,
gonna spit
people
right
would-
on this book before I leave.
people need to change. We need to fucking we gotta come together. Man,
Me too.
man, I'm getting overtime this weekend. What think about coming up in March? Shit, they just told me I can work overtime. I make 30 an hour at time and a half for
more
double
ways.
time.
There's
60
more
hours.
Tuning in
There's
to the
more
Raw
than
Report
one
tonight,
way
guys.
to help,
we really
Rob.
appreciate
You don't have to
We're
march.
gonna have some. We already said our last words. We've been.
Look at the blacks. Look at the blacks. They want to shut you down when you. But she just said, "My employer, I've done nothing wrong tonight. I'm not with these Afrocentrics. This lady's name is Najija. I don't even know what that means. I don't want to be involved with that. My name is Nicole, a common spelled name. I don't want any fucking problems. Nicole, let me hit that bump. I applaud you for doing that. God damn it.
What is wrong with him?
Motherfuckers getting.
You need a Snicker.
Me?
Yes.
I didn't do nothing.
He was hangry. I just want y'all to know that.
Oh, yeah, I'm
He
starved
was
right now.
hangry all night.
All right.
So that was not him.
Ife.
Well, that was me.
Yes.
That was me.
Yes, Rob.
Y'all got
Ife,
y'all got last words?
again, I do. I'm gonna give my last words. Ife, I do believe you're very passionate about this school stuff. I saw you on camera yelling at the mayor. I was like, tone it down,
Fuck that.
ma'am. Back up.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna deploy this taser.
You said you was yelling at him
fuck
for
that.
what again?
Cause he lied.
Okay.
He's a liar. And I don't know what the black and the black people in New Haven wanted his ass there. They were better off with either the mustard they already had, or they should have went with Seth Poole.
Look what DeAndre
for
said.
the kids.
Look what DeAndre said. She said, "No one wants to sacrifice, but all the great leaders did. We don't have them great leaders no more.
I think I'm a great leader.
I think you are
I'm
too.
trying to be.
Could
I'm
you
not
be a
there.
martyr? Could you walk out and say, yo, like Malcolm did, today is the day I might be killed?
Yeah. I feel that way at some point. I'm going to get
You're
there.
black.
Quick story. I'm going to tell you a quick story.
I'm going to get there.
Mama Gigi, my heart, my soul, she used to stay in his ass.
Oh man.
They were sitting, I don't know if he remembers this, him,
New York.
my other nieces were sitting on the couch. Malcolm X's picture came on TV. They made fun of his glasses. She cut the TV off and she said, "Do you know who that is?"
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna tell you the story. She said, "Do you know who that is?" And all of them. It was about 6 of them. They all sat there. They didn't know who Malcolm X was. She said she met Malcolm X in Sylvia's. She walked up to him and said, "I can't get tickets to see you. I've been trying so hard." He said, "Hold on, give me your name."
I do remember that.
Give me your name. He took down her name, and she was supposed to go to the Autobahn, to the next spot he was at was the Autobahn Ballroom in Harlem. He was supposed to go there. I mean, she was supposed to go there. She got caught in traffic. While she was getting caught in traffic, he got killed. And she even told the story that he knew he was going to die at some point in the near future. He told people that my day is coming, but I'm still going to fight for y'all. Who the fuck going to do that today? Who going to know they dying and still run around for people who might not care at the end of the day? That man knew he was going to die. Martin Luther King probably knew he was going to die.
Y'all more Malcolm or y'all more Martin?
Nah, they Nicole Huckabee in her nice plushy office. Ife, nice house. She sells her jewelry stuff. You know, boom, get this.
I do fight. Are you kidding me?
You fight, but you're fighting by yourself.
I am.
Nobody's gonna get behind you. You do. I've came to those school things. You were there. Nicole was there, but no parents were there. Because this shit don't involve their kids at the moment.
It is because I remember around this time I was looking like on my memories at Facebook with the whole bus stop thing. That, to be honest, and I told people that did not affect me because I am blessed.
Talking to your microphone.
I am blessed with age gaps with my children, so those type of things don't affect me directly. With the whole school bus thing.
I wasn't affected either, but I left my job 2 days in a row to go make sure that parents did.
Yeah, so you know, like it's frustrating to advocate. It's very frustrating to advocate.
Like you're advocating and you're doing shit for these other motherfuckers. You're the voice for the voiceless.
But like you know what? But when you are a leader, when you're placed in that, when you have that calling, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
You're not ready to die though, right?
What?
No, I said you heard what I said. You're not ready to die.
I'm not. No, because I got 2 soldiers I gotta raise.
Okay, Malcolm had children too.
No, I have 2 soldiers I am determined to raise.
Malcolm had babies too.
No. You understand what I'm saying?
You have babies.
No.
You're gonna
see. There was a.
You're raising them boys
I
perfectly.
There and fight with y'all.
What?
I said I'll come out there and fight with y'all.
Okay, come on.
I'm with it.
But what I'm saying to you is. There's a difference, you know.
Especially for education.
He still was committed to what he was doing. I am committed to raising those soldiers that I have. I got 2 soldiers I'm raising.
You heard that? What I just hit you with? Can you put the headphones on so you can hear it properly? I want you to hear it. I gotta.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I'm not gonna let you go out there and fight for some shit that you're probably gonna.
But it could change my kids' lives potentially. It's not for the other.
You're gone.
It's for my kids.
That ruins them forever.
No, I'm talking about
the anchor of the house is gone.
You think somebody's gonna kill somebody out even for education?
If that's your calling,
you can't even. You think that? You can't even yell at nobody else's kid these days.
Dad, you think somebody kill somebody for education out here?
No, but they would kill her in another way. Maybe not murder her when she's in the ground, but financially come at her when she can't feed her kids.
They
just gave you a sprinkle.
No.
The system always wins.
No. They have.
My kids, I will fight.
What's my man name? What's my man name in NFL?
But you know what? No.
Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
No, listen.
He took a knee. They got him out of the NFL.
Rob,
Nike stepped to him and said, "Yo, let's get this
that's
bag."
A whole nother.
It's just the system never loses.
Listen to what I'm saying.
The system never loses.
Listen to what I'm saying.
It
all depends on how you're looking at that glass. Okay, it all depends on how you look.
Are you still fighting in the Board of Ed right now?
I am still fighting.
Why? Shouldn't your point have gotten across and everybody saying, you know what? That girl is on fire. She has a lot of passion. Nicole is at every fucking Board of Education meeting. Yo, let's do the right thing. Why does the fight have to continue for so long?
Because
marching in the 60s with Martin Luther King, and here we are in 2020 still marching?
Because you got a lot of Uncle Tom and coons that is sitting at the top of not all, but you got the majority that are.
Because cooning is profitable.
Yeah, nah.
What's that guy's name that didn't do the right thing for Breonna? The black guy?
Mr. Cameron.
Mr. Cameron is eating.
Daniel Cameron.
He eating with the big boys. You think he care about getting called a coon? Candace Owens is eating right now. Her fucking book is number 2 in the country. She sold 100,000 copies in 2 days. You think she give a fuck about somebody calling her?
Capitalizing.
But do you think she cares that capitalizing is working?
You know what? Let's guess what?
What's
At
the
the bottom
description of
line is we all have a different position that we're placed in, and we just at that point gotta trust. We gotta trust and believe in whatever it is that we trust and believe in, that it's gonna work for. I'm telling you, I was shut down. They was taking food off my table, but it took people around me who understood and cared to assist and help me. You'll be surprised. That's what we need. We need those people that are like that.
You came on the show with the young lady about 2 years ago, right?
I remember that. I was
about homeschooling, which we're doing now, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And motherfuckers had no desire to watch you. When the Raw Report first started, there was girls up there sucking on cucumbers. There was a guy up there one time that was gonna.
But
he was gonna listen.
On a different time.
Listen, there was a guy up there who was gonna out guys that he was sleeping with. It was 1,000 people watching. When you were up there talking about education, something that we all need, it was 10 people watching.
There's a lot of truth in that, Rob. I have to say.
It is, but there's a change though.
Nicole, you know what?
We're in a change.
You don't have to come in the office. We're gonna promote your motherfucking ass. Your ass is promoted now. You back on.
Listen, we just gotta do something different. That's all.
Yo, shout out to my girl Melissa, who lives deep in Hamden. Quotations. Who lives deep in Hamden. Continue. Oh, the deer come out and everything. Oh, they eat right out your fucking hand. They eat right out.
Rob, we getting off. Good night.
The deer coming.
Rob is doing too much tonight.
Nicole,
I'm going home. Bye.
Let's go back in the office. You just fucked up. Yo, thank you everybody for watching. These people were so amazing. They were beautiful. I love them. They're never on time.
Oh wait, no! Excuse me. Your ass wasn't on time today. We were on time. We were on time. No, give us. See, that's what niggas do. Instead of you giving us credit, no, you need to give us credit. When we're doing something right, you need to give us credit. We was on time today.
Look at you sound like this, like you on a plantation, and that's the master.
And how's that?
How do you be late 15 times and on time once, but you want to fucking parade in the party?
No.
Hats, everything.
That's what's wrong now.
You're late 15 times, but on time once.
Negro.
What about the 15?
Today.
Your numbers are horrible.
And?
Nicole
Today
lived
it was a
right
start.
across the fucking street
That
and
was
was
it.
late.
But see, that's how niggas
Look at
go. They don't let shit go. We can't grow. Today we was on time. Your ass was late. You started us late.
Do you see what's going on
I
here?
don't. Oh,
You
there we
don't care?
go.
When is the next
Justification.
show? When is the next show? When is the
Justification.
next show?
That's the bullshit.
We have to sit down and talk about it.
That's the bullshit.
Okay, so we'll sit down and talk about the next show, and we will be starting on time.
Picture that.
They want to start at 6.
Yes.
They want this
My
shit.
kids
Look what
about
I'm
to
sitting in
post
front
their
of.
Cash App.
I'm like a,
Justification.
I'm
That's
like,
the bullshit.
hold up, I'm like-
So it's okay for you, but it's not okay for us.
technically, if the show starts at 7, you should be here at 6:15. You're not doing a regular live. You're on front of you have to get mic'd up. You have to get camered up.
We gotta
Listen,
get hair and makeup done.
I understand.
We gotta get hair and
I
makeup
even got a
done.
makeup. I even got a makeup motherfucker for you. I understand that you have your life. You ladies, you ladies are raising
I was
children.
on time.
My son is raising children. You were on time. Yes, you were.
4.
You were on time. This one time.
I've been on time more than just one time.
Okay, you get in your car, right? The shit doesn't start 15 fucking times. Are you gonna go out there on time number 16 and try? There's a problem. You motherfucker was like 15 times in a row. And then one time.
What you ain't gonna do is lash me on public Facebook Live.
Hello, we're still on.
For tonight. Why get my?
What'd you just say?
I didn't say nothing.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You played
My mixer here from Newmark that was presented to me by a donor. It's very beautiful. Retail value $740 is what did it. I didn't say it. This did. The button
Congratulations.
that was set up.
You played
It
yourself.
made it do it. I didn't say.
All right,
nothing.
Rob, come on, we gotta go, cause I'm raising kids.
Okay, you're right. Thank you everyone for watching. I have to
You
leave
got any
now.
last words?
Any last words?
Kill the cops who killed Breonna Taylor.
Don't get offline and be like, I hope my employer didn't hear me. Because I'll be in a shitload of fucking trouble tomorrow. You better stop that bullshit.
I'm done.
Yo, I can't take that.
The young lady that called in and you had an argument, she does makeup, so she'll come. She's been on the show before. She's a
I'm
fireball.
taking your phone.
For real? She's been on the show before?
She's been up here before.
I don't want to seem like we're mad. We're not mad.
We're not. It just didn't
It is.
make sense.
Sometimes it is to just to
We're
close out.
learning.
Just to close out, it is hard to hear where other people are coming from when you are on the other side, and it is difficult for us to take ourselves out of ourselves and see where another person's coming from, especially when you got kids that's black. So I hear what everybody else was saying, but like Ife said, we gotta agree to disagree.
And I would like to say that
gotta agree to
we're
disagree. I
getting
love
there,
y'all.
people. Today was a better show than it was.
I want to
week.
say that I appreciate you. All that you do for the New Haven kids and the Negroes that don't do anything back, I appreciate you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you.
Definitely
Hell yeah.
appreciate you.
My kids is in New Haven public schools. Shit.
Nicole, anything?
I already said.
Okay, good. You
Kill the
want?
cops who killed Breonna Taylor.
You know what? I'm gonna have to edit that. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm getting the fuck off this shit because I don't want no.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. Peace out, everybody.
What's up, y'all? This is Cam from the Make Me Wanna Holler podcast, and you're watching The Raw Report.